Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
I appreciate it, bud. Have a good one.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Brain. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Busy day today. Theriot next hour. 15 minutes. We will talk to Daniel Cormier, DC, one of the greatest fighters in the history of mixed martial arts. Also one of the greatest wrestlers ever in his weight class. Lafayette native. He's going to join us from Abu Dhabi. Tomorrow, Conor McGregor returns to the UFC. And I don't care if you like MMA or not. Everyone knows who Conor McGregor is, and when he fights, it always feels like a big deal. So DC is going to join us from Abu Dhabi, and he's fighting Dustin Poirier, who is also a Lafayette native. So Louisiana guy on the sport's biggest stage from Abu Dhabi. Tomorrow, pay-per-view, Daniel Cormier joins us in 12 minutes from right now to preview that. Also, tomorrow, LSU Hoops going to be on the road. Tigers take on Kentucky. Fascinated by this matchup tomorrow. And really hopeful that the Tigers play well. I know Will Wade has made a point all week to say, hey, listen, you can't let one loss beat you a second time. And you can't let what happened Tuesday against Alabama linger. That's an outlier. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, and Will Wade's teams for 4 years have not been good at defending the three-point line, and we know that. But also, Alabama did something abnormal. They did something atypical. They did something extraordinary. They made someone told me this morning, man, I've never seen something like that. None of us have. Literally, Alabama set a record for the number of three-pointers made in a conference game. Like, that's never, ever, ever, ever happened. So, yes, Will Wade's teams have always struggled defending the three-point line. That's undeniable. They're not good at it. People say, how do they get better? I don't know. The only thing that you can really do is run three-point shooters off of the three-point line, run shooters off the line, and don't let them get those shots up. But that's not really the style that LSU plays. This isn't Wisconsin. It's not going to be that type of ball. So you're going to play games in the 80s, and that's the style LSU wants to play. It's a more entertaining style. It's what they recruit to, so it's what you're going to do. Tomorrow is really interesting because, Kentucky is a team that has an awful record. They're 4-9 overall. They're 3-3 in the conference. They started with a win over Morehead State, and they didn't win again in the non-conference. They lost to Richmond. They lost to Kansas. They lost to Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, UNC, Louisville. And then they got in the conference play and won 3 straight, and we all kind of looked around and thought, maybe they figured this out because they went on the road and won in Gainesville. And people are going, oh, okay. They scored 76. Like, they actually got up shots, and they scored in a road conference game against a really good team. And people are like, oh, okay. They figured it out. And then they had Bama at home and lost by 20. And then they lost at Auburn, and then they lost at Georgia. And they're sitting there at 3-3. This is not a good Kentucky team. This is not a good John Calipari team. Now, they're long, and all of Calipari's teams are, and they are relentless defensively, like all of John Calipari's teams are. This is a Kentucky team that allows 68 points a game. The problem with Kentucky is they only score 67. They are not a good offensive team. And LSU scores 85 a game. So Kentucky is a slight favorite, depending on who you lay your bets with, 1.5, 2 points, somewhere in that neighborhood. The other thing that I really like from LSU's perspective is that you do not have a home crowd advantage at Rupp this year. There are certain venues. Look, basketball is, and Jimmy Ott and I talk about this often. I know he does on his show and when he's with us. College basketball really is, as much as we talk about football, college basketball really is the sport where a crowd can most affect a game. College basketball can influence officials' calls. The crowds can. Crowds oftentimes are right on top of the floor. They can affect shooters, sight lines. They can cause tempo to hurry up. They can create turnovers. The crowds matter. There's going to be no crowd at Rupp tomorrow. So, or no legitimate crowd that would be anything to be concerned with or of. So you remove that element from it. LSU's a better team. LSU's a better team than Kentucky. So, I know there's certainly the aftertaste of what happened on Tuesday and wondering, man, is that going to linger? But we see that in sports sometimes. When the Saints went on the road and lost to the Eagles are a terrible team with a running back playing quarterback, and you went and lost. And that was a devastating loss. And the Saints managed to rally after. Now, I know they lost to the Chiefs the next week, but Chiefs are the Chiefs. Anyway, my point is, Tuesday was an outlier. Go play your game, get a win, and get back on track. Speaking of, Will Wade on his coach's show did talk about Kentucky's defense. Can you play 5, please? He talked about Kentucky's defense, which is fantastic. I mean, this is the staple that Calipari's always insisted upon with his team, and they're good there again this year.
They've been playing mostly man. They've mixed in some 2-3 zone. They played it out of timeouts. They've played it in the under 8 media, under 12 media in the second half. It's something we've got to be aware of. But I think it'll be mostly man. And they got great long athletes. You've got Keon Brooks back there. You've got Jackson. You've got really good athletes. Really long athletic guys, which makes them such a good team defensively.
LSU at Kentucky, 5 o'clock tomorrow. You can hear it on Eagle 98.1. We will be at Pluckers on Nicholson. Game's televised on ESPN, by the way. We will be at Pluckers on Nicholson, the OG Pluckers, for a watch party. Come on out. First beer on the house, courtesy of Stevie Levy, the king of the wing. We're calling it our Hudco hat party. Come on out, get you some Hudco roofing swag. With Theriot will be there. I'll be there. Hunt Palmer was walking out, said he'll be there. So y'all come join us. Hester even said he might come. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow for the game, come join us. Pluckers on Nicholson. Get there early, y'all, because I think it's going to be packed. So get there early tomorrow if you're coming to watch the game with us. It'll be a good time. All right, it's after further review. Daniel Cormier in about 7 minutes from right now. We already know that Sean Payton is losing a couple of members of his staff. Dan Campbell has taken the head coaching job with the Detroit Lions, where he's biting people's kneecaps off, and he is taking with him secondary coach Aaron Glenn to be his defensive coordinator. Payton is close to losing Ryan Nielsen. We don't need to go down that road again. Of course, Terry Fontenot is leaving to become the general manager with the Atlanta Falcons. And they could be on the verge of losing another staff member. Joe Lombardi is set to interview with both the Los Angeles Chargers and the Seattle Seahawks. LA is seeking an offensive coordinator on Brandon Staley's staff. They did not retain Brian Schottenheimer. And also, let's see, Seattle. I mean, look, Seattle is super intriguing because you'd have the opportunity to work with Russell Wilson. So if it's LA, it's Herbert. If it's Seattle, it's Wilson. Either way, you're walking into an MVP caliber quarterback situation or one of the bright young stars in the league situation, which is going to be appealing for a lot of people, especially for Lombardi, who left once before, remember. Joe Lombardi left to join Jim Caldwell's staff in Detroit as his offensive coordinator. Didn't go well, was fired 6 games into the 2015 season, and then was back in New Orleans on Sean Payton's staff. So it's one to watch because you're going to see, as we've talked about, turnover on the roster. There's still a ton of talent back, but you're going to be replacing Drew Brees, and now potentially you're going to be replacing the quarterback's coach as well. But as long as Sean Payton and Pete Carmichael are in place, as it appears that both will be for next season, that's a really good coaching foundation on the offensive side. But some of that support staff around there looks like it's thinning out. We'll keep an eye on this to see if, in fact, Joe Lombardi is offered a job with either the Chargers or the Seahawks, who, according to Jeff Duncan of The Athletic, though, by the way, let me give some attribution there. Jeff Duncan of The Athletic was the first to report it, that the Chargers and Seahawks have requested to interview Joe Lombardi. So we'll keep you posted there if, in fact, that does happen and Lombardi gets offered a job. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Love telling you about Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. Stock your stash. Go enjoy a cocktail, a whiskey. They got bourbon and scotch and premium cigars. They have little bays where you can sit in comfortable leather chairs with your own TV in your partitioned off bay. Everything is COVID conscious, so no need to worry at all about COVID with respect to that. It's Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. Okay, when we come back, fired up about this, man. MMA legend, Lafayette, Louisiana native Daniel Cormier, only the second man ever to simultaneously hold titles in 2 separate divisions in the UFC. One of the all-time greats. DC is in Abu Dhabi for UFC 257. McGregor, Poirier, tomorrow night here locally. It'll be early morning in Abu Dhabi when they actually fight. But, of course, it's got to be a primetime fight. We'll preview Poirier, McGregor with DC from Abu Dhabi next on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. Remember, if you are interested in the COVID vaccine or if you need any COVID information, use their website, brgeneral.org, as a resource. If you go to the website, right there at the top of the page, you'll see COVID-19 visitation and information. All the info you need right there. If it's about antibody testing, if it's about the vaccine, they've got all of the information you need. FAQs, how you can help, plasma treatment centers. It's all right there at brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. All the COVID-19 information you may need. Of course, there is and continues to be a blood shortage, as we've talked about. If you're interested in donating blood or plasma, brgeneral.org, right there at the top of the page, you'll see I want to. Hit the drop down, you'll see the donate button. You can get all the information you need right there at brgeneral.org. brgeneral.org, part of the Mayo Clinic Care Network for Baton Rouge General Hospital.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st. 2021.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Have you been arrested for DUI or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
From Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. You can get into a Corolla for $239 a month with only $2,000 down, or choose from our pre-owned selection. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Fight week, y'all. UFC 257. It always feels bigger when Conor McGregor is back in the octagon. And, of course, there's a local angle with Dustin Poirier, so why not keep it local? One of the greatest ever wrestlers and mixed martial artists, Daniel Cormier, good enough to join us now from Abu Dhabi to preview UFC 257. DC, pleasure to have you back, man. Thanks so much. How are you?
I'm good, Matt. How about yourself?
Man,
Hope everybody's doing good down in Louisiana. Miss home.
Yeah, man. We're doing awesome. It's great to hear from you. Like I mentioned on the lead-in, does it just feel different when it's fight week, when it involves Conor?
It does. You know, everything that we do, it's kind of elevated, you know, from more radio appearances as an ambulance, to more television appearances, you know, in front of the national media. You just are requested and wanted on such a different level because the star power of Conor McGregor extends and exceeds anything that we've ever seen in the UFC. And honestly, at this point, Matt, I got to think that he is easily up there with the Mayweathers and Tysons, those types of guys that when they headline pay-per-views, I feel like this is what their media preparation felt like.
It's awesome, man. And I know here, everyone's buzzing DC here in South Louisiana because it's Poirier. And we know we've seen Conor and Poirier before. I'm curious from your standpoint. I mean, obviously you've had trilogy fights. And like these guys haven't fought since 2014. How different are Conor and Poirier from 6 years ago?
You know, Dustin's different. You know, that's the one thing that I think we have to. If you're Team Poirier, you're Team McGregor, I think the first thing to recognize and understand is that you're not preparing for the same guy. Dustin Poirier is a different man. He's a different human being. Since they fought at 145 pounds, mind you, Dustin Poirier has fought 10 times at 155. Conor McGregor in that same span is 1-1. He beat Eddie Alvarez, lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov. Dustin Poirier has gone on to win a portion of the UFC championship. Dustin Poirier has beaten some of the best fighters in the world. Dustin Poirier today is a different guy. Now, is that going to be enough to change the result? That's what we're going to have to find out on Saturday.
Daniel Cormier is with us. He's on Twitter at DC_MMA, joining us from Abu Dhabi. Make sure you're giving him a follow. Remember, UFC 257, the early prelims start at 5:30 Central Time, the ESPN card at 8, and then, of course, pay-per-view, at 7, the pay-per-view at 9 Central for Poirier and McGregor 2. Poirier's won 5 of his last 6. The only loss, obviously, is to Khabib. Why do you think specifically for Dustin he matches up better? You alluded to it there, DC, but maybe a little deeper, why he's a different fighter that matches up better with Conor this time?
Well, I think you got to look at all of his experiences, right? You can't fight Justin Gaethje and freaking Khabib and Eddie Alvarez, all guys that Dustin has beaten, and not gain a level of appreciation for his skills and not gain a level of confidence that Dustin's going to carry into this fight that is much different than the first time they fought. So I think for Poirier, it's about his experiences. In the time away, you know, whereas Conor McGregor went and had fantastic experiences of his own, Dustin has spent that time in the UFC really building his legacy, raising his profile, and truly becoming one of the elite lightweights in the world.
So that's a great segue. Conor hasn't fought in a year, and we know he had the long layoff prior to that. So one fight in 3 years. How much is ring rust a concern for Conor, or is it at all?
You know, for me, you know, there are certain guys like that just don't believe in ring rust at all. No matter what you tell them, you will never convince Dominic Cruz that ring rust is a real thing. And because of that, Dominic Cruz has been able to compete with the best fighters in the world after extended long periods of time, right? From him coming back after years and years away to beat T.J. Dillashaw for the championship, to competing against Cody Garbrandt in the way that he did to fighting Anderson Cejudo for the belt after being away again and early in the fight looking as though he was working his way back into it. You know, some guys don't believe in it. You know, I don't have as great a relationship with Conor and don't know him as in-depth as I do Dustin. But to me, Conor would seem like one of those guys who you can't convince that ring rust is a real thing, right? And, you know, him and his team, they've probably prepared him for everything that could happen out there. And I believe that you're going to see a pretty similar version to what you saw every time that you've seen him inside the octagon.
A couple more here for Daniel Cormier on Twitter at DC_MMA. UFC 257 tomorrow night. A Lafayette boy going to be in the main event. Talking to a Lafayette boy, man, does that tie bind you and Poirier at all heading into tomorrow night?
Well, you know, I've known Dustin for a little bit now, right? So I'm very aware of who he is. But, you know, I see a lot of it. You know, oh, DC, we know who you're rooting for. We know you don't like Conor. Listen, I have nothing against Conor McGregor. I think he's fantastic. I think he's box office. I think he's a legitimate star. I think he's one of the biggest things that we've ever seen in the UFC. Obviously, the tie, you know, seeing the kid from home get to where Dustin has gotten is very exciting for me, and it makes me happy. And then when Conor fights Khabib Nurmagomedov, obviously I'm rooting for Khabib Nurmagomedov. But I have nothing against Conor McGregor. I appreciate everything that he has been to this sport, and I'm just excited to see him compete. But to answer the question, you know, it's difficult to not have a bit of that Lafayette, you know, not bias, but wow, you know, another kid from where I came from, especially when you think of Dustin's history, right? Dustin Poirier is a kid that spent time in juvenile detention centers. Justin Poirier has had a lot of issues in his life. He grew up without much. He came from Lafayette. He grew up on the north side of town where I grew up at. You know, there are a lot of, similarities to me and Dustin's story. And to see him become the fighter he's become, not only the fighter, the man, the husband to his wife, Jolie, to his daughter, to the Good Fight Foundation and all his charitable work. Dustin Poirier has become such a shining light for our community that it's very difficult to say that you don't kind of have a little bit of that, hey, it's a guy from where I'm from in you.
Hey, man, everybody down here is pretty biased. As big a star as Conor is, man, everybody here is cheering for the local guy tomorrow night. DC, before you go, hey, man,
absolutely.
When you're in town, where's the first place you're going to eat next time you're in town?
You know, my guy Tim just reopened. He just reopened Praise Jones down in Lafayette. Bought the building, and he's redoing it, remodeling it. He started in one of my favorite restaurants when it was owned by the old ownership. But I can only imagine how much better Tim and them are going to make that restaurant that I've enjoyed for so many years. But for me personally, I just love eating at home.
I hear you.
My family, I think, are some of the greatest cooks in the world, and I enjoy everything they make.
Daniel Cormier at DC_MMA. Y'all, UFC 257 tomorrow night. The pay-per-view card starts at 9 Central on ESPN+. We get the early prelim starting at 5:30 Central. DC joining us from Abu Dhabi. Hey, man, anytime we can steal 10 minutes from you, it's a pleasure. Thanks so much for making a few minutes, man. Enjoy the fights tomorrow.
No worries. Thank you. Enjoy the fight.
Indeed. Daniel Cormier. Y'all noticed a little bit of a delay. He's in Abu Dhabi. So they warned us before they patched him through that he was in Abu Dhabi, and there was a little delay on the phone. I mean, he's obviously, hours and hours of time zones away. So I'm excited about that one tomorrow. Y'all know that I love the sport, but during the fall, my opportunity to watch MMA literally goes to zero because fight cards are Saturday nights, and I'm usually busy on Saturdays. Saturdays are sun up to sundown. From the time I open my eyes to the time I go to bed are work days surrounding college football, obviously. So I really love this time of year when football is kind of coming to an end, weekends get a little bit lighter, and I can start watching MMA again. And to have Conor fighting, it just all you heard DC talk about it. It just always feels bigger when Conor's on the card. I mean, he's the biggest star the sport has ever seen. I mean, Brock Lesnar was a gigantic crossover star when he came from WWE into the UFC, and it's really difficult to find. Like there have been better fighters. John Jones, Anderson Silva. I mean, you can go down the list. I mean, Max Holloway is shredding his division right now. But when you talk about just crossover potential where you go internationally and say, do you know who Conor McGregor is? And everybody does. There's just a different level of notoriety and awareness, hence the nickname, The Notorious. He's awesome, man. And I'm really excited for Dustin Poirier. I don't want to go too deep into the weeds, kind of previewing the fight, but these guys fought 6 years ago in 2014 at 145. This fight's at 155, and Poirier is a big 155. And you talk about, and you heard DC mention it, in the time that Poirier's had 10 fights where Conor's had 2, it's, it's one of those things where Poirier is definitely at a different spot in his career than he was 6 years ago when they fought, and they're fighting at a higher weight class, which I think is going to favor Poirier more here, fighting at 155. Man, if you're looking for, if you want to wager, and you're looking for, just a little something, just taking a little flyer on Poirier, because I think Conor's like plus 257. The odds are, Conor is a heavy favorite. Even just a little action on Dustin Poirier makes a lot of sense, because Conor is one of, if not arguably, the greatest striker that we've seen, certainly that weight class. He's plus 250. It's Poirier is plus 250. So, and Conor's a fast starter. And Poirier was TKO'd in round 1 when they fought 6 years ago. If Poirier can get through the first round, there's a really good chance, man, that this is going to be a stand and trade war. Neither of these dudes is trying to take it to the mat and be technical. They are going to stand and trade and strike. So if you're into that, you love fights. This should be a great one to watch, man, with Poirier and McGregor for the second time fighting lightweight this to go round. And as we mentioned, as much as people love Conor McGregor, or as polarizing as he is, that's a Lafayette dude, man. That's Dustin Poirier from Lafayette, who's made it to the sport's biggest stage, and he's going to fight for a title. I guess not fight for a title, but he'll fight. This will be a lightweight fight with Conor McGregor on Saturday. Pay-per-view via ESPN+. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're with us here. Brain will get Tigers and the Pros in about 15 minutes. We'll go around the SEC. Theriot in 30 minutes from right now. A ton to get to, and we will start our LSU baseball preview with Theriot today. To start hour 3, we'll look at pitchers and catchers. Next week, we'll look at infielders. The following week, we'll look at outfielders, and then we'll look at sort of the schedule of the season as a whole before we get into the first weekend series for the baseball Tigers. 4 weeks from today, y'all. 4 weeks from today, LSU opens up at the box, so we'll start our weekly previews looking position by position. So pitchers and catchers today with Theriot at 5 o'clock. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're here. Stick around. AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001. 2 things I mentioned there. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. They save you time. They save you money. At River City's 1 Hour Air, they are committed to saving you time. They schedule time to be at your house. If they're 1 minute late, you don't come out of pocket 1 cent. So many times they're early. Also, if you mention the Moscona special, boom, $25 off any system repair just for mentioning the show at River City's 1 Hour Air. Let me also mention, I know a lot of people lost their jobs amid the COVID pandemic. At River City's 1 Hour Air, they are always looking for technicians. Whether you have expert level qualifications or you are just looking for a change in career, they have a spot for you, and they never hire or fire seasonally. They want to grow you and grow your earning potential there at River City's 1 Hour Air. So if you're looking for a career, River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Happy New Year from Cordell Toyota in Opelousas. You can get into a new Camry for $335 a month with only $2,000 down, or choose from our pre-owned selection. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Cordell Toyota in Opelousas. Happy Town, USA.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Sports wouldn't be the same without the die-hard fans. That's why we're highlighting the fans that do the most. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
I will go around the SEC in just a quick second. Texas has made it official. They've introduced Bo Davis as their new defensive line coach. Bo Davis had been rumored to be a possibility for the LSU defensive line coach job. You might remember Bo Davis was with Nick Saban at Alabama, and he got popped with a show cause because of recruiting improprieties, went to the NFL, and thought maybe the time away to let that show cause expire might be sufficient enough to let him come back into the SEC at LSU, where it would have made a lot of sense for him to come back home. But suffice to say, while those conversations were had early on, it's really hard to justify bringing a coach on staff that has those type of violations on his resume, especially when you're in the midst of an NCAA investigation. So while I think from a fit standpoint, Bo Davis checks every box, knows the SEC, knows LSU, great coach, defensive line. I mean, everything is home run with that. And let's not forget, LSU is still in a spot where they've self-imposed penalties on the football program, and they are awaiting NCAA ruling whether or not they're going to say thumbs up on those self-imposed penalties or we need more. And hiring a coach like Bo Davis, who, while, man, I totally get why everybody would be down with that, it probably doesn't speak great or send the greatest message to the NCAA with respect to compliance. So I think that's why you saw, after that seemed like a foregone conclusion early, why that cooled. And now Bo Davis is headed to Texas, which, cool. I would rather Bo Davis at Texas than any other spot in the SEC, especially Alabama. So while same principle with recruiting. You hate to lose a kid, but you'd always rather lose a kid to USC or Texas or Ohio State or Michigan than Bama or Florida or A&M. You don't get them, that sucks. It's worse when you got to see Dylan Moses and Christian Harris and Devontae Smith every single year. So Bo Davis going to Texas. LSU still awaiting word on its defensive coordinator. I can tell you after yesterday's show, this much I don't mind saying, that LSU's getting close to making a hire. Mike Detillier was on the show yesterday and said it in not so many words. He was alluding to what happened back in 2000 with Nick Saban, where LSU had run through its initial list, and then it was Sean Tuohy, who had a relationship with Joe Dean, and Tuohy was also connected with Jimmy Sexton, who was Saban's agent. Tuohy called Joe Dean and said, would you like to talk to Nick Saban? Of course, and then that's how that transpired. I mean, LSU back in 2000 was about to move on to coordinators. They had gone through their list, interviewed Bobby Petrino, some other guys. They had gone through their list, and they were about to move on to coordinators when that kind of fell in their lap. So it feels like something similar. LSU was prepared to make Ryan Nielsen their defensive coordinator. When that fell through and LSU had gone through its list, as I understand it, they fielded a lot of calls from people interested in the job incoming, so sort of inbound candidates, and vetted some guys that maybe they didn't think were even going to be interested or would have even considered to be on the list. And I also think that they're trying to move quickly. Remember, LSU right now is going through their football school, as Ed calls it, where you're doing a lot of install. You can't have practice. You're not hitting or anything, but you can kind of be on the field and walk through, do install stuff. But the offense is going through that right now. Defense is twiddling their thumbs. I mean, that's overstating it, obviously, but you can't do a full install of a defensive coordinator's systems and schemes and verbiage and terminology when you don't have a defensive coordinator. And what's more is you still got other positions on staff you have to fill. It's also my understanding that whoever they hire as defensive coordinator, they are going to give a lot of autonomy to making those hires on staff. So I think LSU is looking to move quickly. And let's not forget, you've lost 2 2022 commits this week, and you're coming up on signing day for 2021. And you still got some cats that are you're trying to get to take that bait and hook them. And the more uncertainty you have, the less stable that feels. So I think LSU, while they're not trying to be hasty just for the sake of naming a coordinator, they're trying to move quickly to bring this to resolution. I think that is going to happen pretty quickly. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're here. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Arkansas and tight ends coach John Cooper are parting ways. Cooper was brought on 1 year ago, hired away from Josh Heupel's staff at Central Florida. Cooper also was an analyst at Missouri under Heupel and was a GA at Utah State before that. Spent 4 seasons in the NFL as a player after graduating from Oklahoma in 2009.
The Florida Gators.
Jules Montanar returning to the SEC. South Florida's cornerbacks coach has reportedly been hired by Dan Mullen to fill out his defensive staff at Florida. Florida parted ways with its secondary coaches, Ron English and Torian Gray, after the 2020 season. They've replaced one of them already with former Auburn assistant Wesley McGriff. Monitor came to South Florida after spending the 2019 season as a quality control assistant at Georgia under Kirby Smart. He also worked with Nick Saban and Smart as a GA with Alabama.
The Auburn Tigers.
Second-year Auburn offensive lineman, redshirt freshman Kamar Bell has entered the transfer portal. 3-star member of the 2019 recruiting class. Appeared in just 1 game during his 2 seasons with Auburn. He's a Georgia native. He becomes the 5th Auburn player to leave the program since the end of the 2020 season.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
2022 3-star outside linebacker Donovan Westmoreland made his commitment to play for the Bulldogs. 6'3", 209, the number 34 outside linebacker in the country, number 429 overall prospect. The 6th commit for Bulldogs for 2022.
Did you want it back? You want it on a put back?
Had a little action on that one, Brain. So that one went off the wall.
Yeah.
Hit the rim and then bounced at you.
Yeah, then off the monitor.
Let's see if I can do that again. There's no way, by the way. Because I think I had a little action on it, too. I kind of gave it a curve off the wall. And see, it just hit the wall and went that way. I suppose I couldn't do it again if I tried. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy, Trey Beal, and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products. Online at gcopnet.com, gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, North Shore. Holler at our guy, Trey Beal. Face-to-face sales, service after the sale. If you operate a business and you need business equipment, Gulf Coast Office Products. They're the best. Gulf Coast Office Products. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. You're always welcome to join us in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. There was a comment, I was talking a bit ago about, we had Daniel Cormier on with us last segment about UFC 257. Dustin Poirier is going to fight. And there was a comment in here from Sean Donnellan, who said, amazing show of class by both athletes at the weigh-ins and photos. Much respect. It is, and it was very, very cordial between Conor and Dustin Poirier. Guys were kind of hugging, and, I mean, you can see there's a lot of mutual respect there. It does speak to something that's sort of known if you're watching, is that, I mean, they are showmen. I mean, they're in many respects putting on a show. So a lot of the antics you see with Conor and other fighters sometimes are that. It's their ability to be showmen. But Conor McGregor draws a crowd, man. He'll be back in the UFC Octagon tomorrow night for UFC 257 against Dustin Poirier out of Lafayette. I mean, as much as I enjoy watching Conor fight, got to go for the local guy, man. So we'll see if Poirier can pull it off. All right, it's After Further Review. Theriot in 17 minutes from right now. And as I mentioned, we will get to our LSU baseball previews to start hour 3 with Theriot. Ton to get to today, and glad you're hanging out with us here on a Friday edition of AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pluckers, Nicholson, Bluebonnet. Dine in, carry out 24 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, ice cold draft beer, full-service bar, sports on TV, and tomorrow, our Hudco hat party at Pluckers. LSU, Kentucky, game watch party, 5 o'clock tip from Rupp. I'll be at Pluckers on Nicholson. Theriot will be there. Our whole Hudco roofing crew will be there, handing out Hudco swag. Come on out and join us. First beer is on the house, courtesy of Stevie Levy, the king of the wing. First beer's on the house, so drink some beer, eat some wings, score you some Hudco swag. Let's hopefully watch the Tigers win and have a great afternoon. If you're looking for something to do tomorrow, come join us at Pluckers on Nicholson. 5 o'clock tip-off. I'm going to get there around 4:30 just to make sure we're early. That's Pluckers. 2 locations. Nicholson, just south of the campus. Bluebonnet, right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. Join us tomorrow for the LSU Kentucky watch party at Pluckers.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, we're heading into championship weekend. NFC and AFC championship games are Sunday. Definitely a bummer that we're not previewing a Saints football game up in Green Bay. But Brady and Rodgers, certainly two gigantic names on the marquee. There's a ton of interest there, no doubt. On the other side, in the AFC, gigantic interest in Patrick Mahomes, who did tell reporters earlier today that he has been cleared from the concussion protocol and is good to go for Sunday's game against Buffalo. I will be very interested to see if a week without preparation for Mahomes affects his play. I don't believe it will. As we often hear Mike Detillier say, the O-line practices for the unskilled, and Patrick Mahomes is very, 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 very skilled. Will he be 100%? I don't know, but we'll find out, and that will be a fascinating test case to see how Kansas City is able to function with Patrick Mahomes, perhaps not at 100%. I'll remind you that the dude was dealing with a jacked-up knee a couple of years ago as well that he injured, and he's a tough dude, man. So that for me is the one that I think, depending on Mahomes' health, and I mean this has been shown with the odds makers out in Vegas, you could see in some spots if Mahomes didn't play, the line would have gone Buffalo 7. As it is, it's Chiefs 3 or 4. I mean, you're talking about potential 10, 11-point swing. That's how much value odds makers place on Patrick Mahomes. So of course he's a giant factor. I mean, there's no way to it's impossible to overstate his importance, but I certainly don't want to understate it. But Mahomes' health and his ability to play clearly is the pendulum swinging variable of that game on Sunday, which is why there's so many people interested in it. We'll also get to see a ton of Tigers play with Tyrann Mathieu and Darrell Williams, of course, who got the start this past weekend against Cleveland. So we'll get to see a lot of Tigers out there on the field. Tre'Davious White for Buffalo, and then, as we know, the LSU guys that are there in Tampa as well. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen at southpointvw.com. New and certified, pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. The weekend is almost upon us, and so many people do their car buying on the weekend because, of course, you have time to go test drive. So if you've been shopping online, southpointvw.com, you've been maybe looking for the specifications, the vehicle you're looking for, the right gas mileage, you can even work out financing at southpointvw.com. And you're ready to test drive, do it tomorrow. Airline just north of Highlander, online at southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? Okay, Brain has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Kentucky's Best Hemp. Find them online at kysbesthemp.com.
Happy birthday, Russell Gage.
Happy birthday!
The former Tiger and current Falcon turned 25 years old today.
It must be really light on Tigers in the pros if we're starting with a Russell Gage happy birthday shout out.
No, well, kind of. I mean, it's all football. Gage, wrapped up his third season, 72 catches, 786 yards.
And he jumped over a cake.
He did. Devin White is one of the 8 former Tigers in conference championships this weekend. According to Pro Football Focus, White ended up leading the NFL in tackles for a loss at 19. White also had 140 tackles on the whole season, which was good for 5th overall. It's kind of why he got that Pro Bowl nod, right?
8. All right, let's see. Matthew, Darrell Williams, Devin White, Kevin Minter, Tre'Davious White, Reed Ferguson, also with Buffalo. Do we count Clyde?
Of course we're counting Clyde.
Oh, okay.
He's listed as questionable.
Okay.
That was actually my next one, was Clyde is questionable.
Okay. And then who's 8? Who am I missing? Practice squad somebody?
Who'd you have? I ran them down on my show this morning. You had Mentor. Did you have Fournette?
Fournette. How can I forget Fournette?
Right?
Maybe I'm just trying to forget.
Repression. It works. Also, Justin Jefferson is your 2020 Sporting News Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah. When does the AP vote?
I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, we that's on the NFL Honor Show is when they do all that before the Super Bowl. When they announce the MVP and all, they've turned it into like a black tie event now. But I guess they'll do it all virtual this year.
1,400 yards.
He deserves it, man.
I know.
Don't be cowards. Give him the damn award. I know Herbert's a quarterback, but this guy's had more receiving yards than any rookie receiver in the history of the NFL. Come on, man.
Sporting News pulled the trigger?
How is this even a question? It really pisses me off that this is even a question. This is like the same argument we were battling when Kamara was doing a bang-up job at the beginning of the season. Like, you're going to talk about him for MVP? Why, because he's not a quarterback? I mean, what were the Saints this year while Mike Thomas was out and Alvin Kamara was scoring 3 touchdowns a game?
Were you literally asking? Or
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just waiting for you to go.
Oh, no, that was it. That's it for Tigers and the Pros.
Presented by KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. Brian Holland, our friend from Channel 33, came up today. I gave him some Kentucky's Best Hemp.
I still haven't tried the bourbon flavored.
I haven't gotten any in either yet. I think they mailed it, so it's coming. But yeah, Brian tweeted, is like, hey, what's the hemp thing you talking about? I was like, really?
It's
KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. I mean, come on, dude. Anyway, but do you remember like when they gave away 10,000 bottles of their oil? They literally did that. I mean, that wasn't a joke, but they gave it away like that.
I got one of them.
Good. Well, I scored several. They mailed me, some samples and all, so I had them up. I mean, it's more than I'll ever use. It's just for giveaways and whatnot. So I said, Brian, here, like, I got some. Just come up here. So he came up today, gave him to that. He says he's having trouble sleeping, man. So it's all natural. He's like, man, my wife's a little nervous. I'm like, you're not going to get popped. It's not drugs. It's legal. It's CBD. There's no THC. This isn't marijuana. It's natural CBD that has great healing effects. Inflammation, helps people sometimes who have anxiety, and certainly can help you sleep at night. I take a CBD gummy before I go to Kentucky's Best Hemp gummy before I go to bed every night. Really helps you sleep soundly. So it has helped me. Hopefully it helped Brian. It could help you as well. Kentucky's Best Hemp, promo code AFR30. Promo code AFR30 to save 30% off at KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. Brian, I love how bought in you are on that.
Oh, I'm all in.
It's just the stupidest thing in the world. It's like, hey,
apparently
Brian,
we don't do it enough if Brian Holland hadn't gotten the message yet.
I was so incredibly disappointed because I feel like at least a handful of times a day, people are like, oh my God, the stupid hemp thing that you do, it just drives me nuts. I'm like, how could anybody forget or not know? I feel like we've done it so long now.
Yeah.
And so obnoxiously now for so long that it'd be impossible for anybody not to know. I guess we just got to do it more. If you missed Daniel Cormier earlier this hour, that's On Demand, AFR On Demand, presented by Breck Golf. We'll knock out a break. Top of the hour, get you caught up on SportsCenter, caught up on national headlines from SportsCenter, And then Theriot is in studio. Ryan's Letter, Kick Rocks, all that good stuff. Ask Ryan, and we will start our LSU baseball previews today as we are exactly 4 weeks from today from the start of LSU baseball season. Stick around. Hour 2 of AFR next.
AFR.
I am so fired up. Monday is the day. Monday, 10 a.m., I will be at the title office closing on my refi. This process was so easy. Took less than a month. Even with all the volume that GMFS Mortgage is doing, took less than a month to go from that first call to get through all of the approvals, all of the paperwork to get to closing. GMFSmortgage.com. Y'all, if you're a homeowner, and you know your rate is above, I always say above a 4. If your rate's above a 3, it's worth calling. I'm going from a 3.85 to a 2.65. And some who are doing, I'm doing a 30-year, some are doing 15 years, are getting down into the low 2s. People tell me they're at like 2.25. It's almost free money. Take advantage of these historically low rates. Lower your monthly mortgage payment. Skip a payment or two. GMFS Mortgage. GMFSmortgage.com.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
From Corval Toyota in Opelousas. You can get into a new Camry for $335 a month with only $2,000 down, or choose from our pre-owned selection. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride.
Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold.
Okay,
you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Brain.
Hey, the brain got a poop.
Hey! Woo! Yeah, Brain! Let's go, Paul! Showbiz! We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Yo, bruh!
Oh, bruh!
How are you, man?
Doing great.
What were you doing? You're wearing your Hudco hat.
2021 accessory of the year so far, voted.
Best
voted
accessory
on.
2021. It's not the mask. It's the Hudco hat. We're having our Hudco hat party. I'll get mine on. Hang on. Having our Hudco hat party tomorrow at Pluckers.
Yep.
Pretty excited, man. My guy Stevie Levy, the king of the wing, he's jacked too. Was talking to him earlier today. Some logistics, what time we're getting there. Pretty good deal going on. One of our beverage partners will be there as well. I don't know how much he wants me to say about that, so I won't. But suffice to say,
free drinks.
We're going to be able to give out free beer tomorrow. At least your first beer will be on the house.
Well, you could say it was your first. It might have been your second or third.
Maybe.
But you could always be like, and free hats.
Yes, and we'll be giving away all our Hudco swag. Hats, koozies. We have some shirts.
Got some shirts to give away. I picked up, went and picked up some stuff today. So, I mean, we're just loaded down with gear right now.
So come out. Get free stuff tomorrow at Pluckers. Nicholson location, by the way. But what were you doing? You were looking in the camera and you were adjusting your hat like, are you just super anal that it doesn't look right?
No. Every time I put a hat on my head, it's okay. I'm looking.
I see it. It looks like it's a little crooked, doesn't it? Is your head crooked?
But this feels right.
Right, it feels right, but it looks like it's off to the side. It looks your right eye. It looks like it's to your right, correct?
When I get it, yes.
Yeah. Now let me see.
When I get it normal,
that's it straight.
This doesn't feel right.
Oh, see, that's straight. Hey, look at mine though. Mine's the same. Mine's to my left eye. Look. Does mine look like it's leaning too far to the left?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, just a tad.
Too far to the right, so
go
it's
back
got to
the
go
other
this
way. Go back the other way. Now bring it a little bit lower, Matt. You wear your hat like my uncle.
No, it's just how this hat's fitted.
No, that's how you wear your hat.
Your face. I got a weirdly shaped head. I mean, everyone's seen the shape of my head is. It's not an odd shaped head because I'm bald now with the shave, but.
No, you've got a melon.
It's the size of.
Yeah, it's a melon head.
It's the size of my head. Like only certain hats fit me. Like if it's a deep hat, to pull it down, it's got to come down to my ears. Otherwise, it looks like I'm going less miles with it.
Like a 5-gallon bucket would fit you good if it had a bill on it.
No,
you know what I mean.
Actually, no. It's got to not be as deep of a hat. It needs to be a shorter hat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you're just like the circular. You're like just like a big, like it's big and just wide.
But I don't have a big head. Oh. That's the thing.
Oh.
It's not.
What size fitted hat do you wear?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I wear a fitted hat. I didn't wear fitted hats until I was 30 like you.
33.
33, excuse me. Yeah.
Don't shortchange me, bro.
Most people grow out of that.
Hey, don't shortchange me.
No,
okay?
Respect. But I have no idea. What size do you wear?
Fit hats. 7 1/4 when my hair is long and big.
Yeah, see, I think I'm like a 7 1/4.
Yeah.
I'm definitely over a 7.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm like 7 1/4. Maybe I do have a big head. Do I have a big head?
That's not a big. No, that's.
Oh, it's not big. Okay, yeah. Who had the biggest head on the team, like, that wore the biggest hat that you ever played with?
Oh, gosh.
Biggest fitted hat. I'm trying to be very careful with how I word this so the people in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat don't run with it.
The biggest head. Was not Juan Uribe. I promise you. His head, like on his shoulders, was average size. Oh gosh, who was it? I remember looking at the hat. It was like Bruce Bochy wore an 8.
Oh God, big.
It's giant.
Yeah.
He looked like Shrek though. He like his head was like SpongeBob. He's just this big old
huge head. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Boch had a giant melon.
Cool.
Love big heads.
Okay. Oh God, look. Highlights of Tom Brady beating the Saints. That makes me sick.
Well, look, man, it is what it is. All great things have to come to an end sometimes, man. I finished out the apartment at my house.
This is what you're gonna do?
Finished out an apartment at my house. Sent you a video. A lot of.
You sent me pictures. You didn't send me a video.
I'm gonna send you the video.
You sent me pictures.
I got a really cool.
You were cleaning out your storage unit. Look, there's a Nolan Ryan jersey, a Mickey Mantle jersey, Billy Williams. Oh, look at that one. Look at that one.
The hammer.
How fitting is that?
Yep. Hank Aaron.
Autographed Hank Aaron jersey.
Mm-hmm. So
Hammer died today.
Yeah, he did.
86.
Rest his soul.
Stan Musial.
Great man.
Mike Tyson. Rocky Balboa glove.
Yeah.
There's you and Eddie Vedder.
On a heathen, on a head, on a head, on a feeling again, on a feeling, on a way, all the way again. You skipped one. And I called and I heard and I home and I heard and I called out again. Messed it all up.
I was trying to skip ahead.
You skipped it. Anyway, I cleaned out. You're right. I cleaned out my storage unit, and then I renovated my apartment. Shout out to Pueblo Construction.
No, where all the box and all the bag. Oh, yeah. Join me. Hey, can you feel them? Out on the porch. When I see them.
Everybody, come on, Paul.
Round the runway. Yeah. I know and I know. I don't want to see. I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay.
That's the best part. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna do another one.
Another Pearl Jam song or just that?
We'll do it next hour. So I have an apartment above my garage. It was used as storage. It's a great space.
What just happened?
That was good.
What? Stephen Miller said the emergency alert system broke in over that.
Shut up, Steven. It's just two. That's two. Man, Richard Tilley said there's now 2 listeners. Good job. Shut up, Richard. Stupid.
Sinner.
Can I go to my letter?
I'm just trying to put it off because I know what you wrote about.
Okay. So
Bo Wilson said, that was so bad.
Come on,
hey,
man.
Bo!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
What was the point of it, Bo?
Stupid.
Freaking Friday at 4 o'clock.
What do you think we're going to do?
Nail it?
So we're going to tell fart jokes. Sing Pearl Jam. Anyway, so I have an apartment above my garage. I wanted to make it living space, renovated it, got it. It's done. I sent you some pics and all that stuff. Got a big show TV up there. So Houston and I are watching the Saints game. First time we've actually watched something up there. After the game, I wrote this letter, and I'd like to share it with you guys.
Teddy Birchfield. There was a moment when y'all both took the shape of a unicorn.
So good. All right, here we go. Are you going to keep reading, or can I read
That's
this?
a Step Brothers reference.
Can I read this?
Okay. I mean, we're 11 minutes past the hour already. I kind of have to break.
When's the hard break? We're good. Dear
No,
Saints.
I don't want to go to 15 after. How long are you going to do this?
I'll go fast. Dear Saints, as a child, I vividly remember watching games at my house in Broadmoor, shout out Classic Avenue, with my dad, Randy. It always started off with so much excitement as the boys ran onto the field with energy and passion. The dome was rocking and you could cut the tension with a knife. The second quarter came along, down by 10. Maybe some halftime adjustments will do the trick. Mid-third quarter, the score was out of hand, bags took the place of Saints baseball caps, and Dad had fired his remote across the room and asked me to manually change the channel to old John Wayne reruns because he broke the remote. That's my Saints childhood memories. And unfortunately, that's what's on the horizon. 2020 has shown us a lot of things. In the NFL, it showed us that no matter how good the coach is perceived to be, the quarterback is still the straw that stirs the drink. Bill Belichick is average without Tom. On the other hand, Bruce Arians is pretty good with him. I do believe Sean Payton's a good coach when he has an elite, Hall of Fame, once-in-a-generation type quarterback like Drew Brees. But we're about to see that without Drew pulling the trigger, Sean is just like everyone else, an average coach in the NFL. If you think ahead, draft a replacement, groom him for a couple years, then pass the torch, you will not crash and burn. No, Saints, Jameis is not the answer, and neither is Taysom Hill. As much as I like those two players, they are not championship-type quarterbacks. If you look at who's left in the playoffs at the position, you'll agree. What bothers me the most is the draft. Yes, you've picked up a couple good pieces the past few years. You've moved up in the draft to grab guys who've made huge impacts. Heck, you even got the most versatile running back in the league with the 67th pick in the 3rd round. Great job. But newsflash, running backs don't win championships. The quarterback does. Everyone on this planet knew that Drew was considering retirement. What did Green Bay do whenever Brett was considering retirement? They drafted Aaron Rodgers. He's not bad. You could even go so far back as San Francisco whenever Joe Montana was nearing the end. Who came in to save the day? Steve Young. He wasn't bad either. The Saints have doomed themselves because no matter how good the defense is, or how versatile Kamara and Michael Thomas are, you don't have a quarterback that can win games. Why in the world didn't the Saints move up to take Devin White, Matt? He single-handedly wrecked any offensive production you hoped to have last Sunday. For whatever reason, Saints, you hate LSU. You've got NFL talent 50 miles up the interstate, year after year, yet you choose to draft the likes of Zach Bond and Tommy Stevens. Sweet. Good thing we got those guys. You just can't stand playing second fiddle to the college team up the street, and you're willing to mortgage the farm on some no-name from Western Kentucky Community College in hopes that he develops. This was your last chance at a championship. Until the next Drew Brees shows up. The problem with that is, there's only one Drew Brees. The class, charisma, passion for the city, coupled with elite leadership skills and toughness that we may never see again. Sorry, Saints, it's over. Let's just hope Tom Brady decides to hang him up soon. Sincerely, Ryan.
AFR.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
Have you been issued a ticket for texting, speeding, or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Alone, listless, breakfast table in an otherwise empty room. A young girl, my only own.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Something's wrong, don't call me daughter. Nothing's true. The picture hip will remind me. Don't call me daughter. Nothing to me. The picture hip will remind me. Don't call me daughter.
Got it.
Good job, bro.
Tell people about Bowie Outfitters.
Now's the time to get to Bowie Outfitters. Season's wrapping up of the hunting season, but guess what? Fishing season is right around the corner. Spawn is amongst us. Now is the time. Oh, that's a good part.
here's your chance. Hurry up.
Fishing season's right around the corner. Go check them out. Bowie Outfitters got everything you need when it comes to fishing rods, reels, baits. Bowie Outfitters, a spot, sunglasses, you name it. Check them out, BowieOutfitters.com.
Don't call me daughter. I'm in a picture kept will remind me. Don't call me daughter. I'm in a picture kept will remind me. Don't call me daughter.
That was Rain.
Come on, Rain. A picture kept will remind me. Don't call me daughter. I'm in a picture kept will remind me. Don't call me.
They love us. Now, Mitch Fontenot said this is Pearl Jam's worst song.
Excuse me?
I'm
gonna have to disagree.
You know, the thing, Daughter was interesting because it was sort of, it wasn't the one that really exponentially catapulted their fame. Jeremy was probably the one that did that, in part because of the video. You know, it was very controversial at the time, right? With Love but Daughter was became very mainstream as well, right? So that's sort of what introduced him.
It was a good song.
Daughter's a good song, yeah, for sure. And then someone else said, do we have the license to this music? Well, when we sing like that over it, the little bots have no idea what's going on.
Doesn't matter.
They don't know. Next hour, we're going to preview LSU baseball.
Okay.
We'll start our previews. So 37 minutes from right now, start hour 3. We'll do pitchers and catchers. And then next week, you'll do infielders.
Okay.
The following week, outfielders. And then it's game week. 4 weeks from today. You think, what are you hearing? Just tidbits.
Man, it's such a, like, I don't want to say coin flip. It's not really not a coin flip. They have a lot of salty returning players. You know,
salty?
Yeah, got veterans. I mean, that's why I say salty.
Okay.
Vets that have been around. You had a couple guys take advantage of that extra year of eligibility in the bullpen. You know, and then obviously 2 starters that are really nice that we'll talk about here shortly. But you've got a mix of young and old, not old, but young and experienced from the offensive side. It's going to be interesting to see how it meshes. Similar to the 2000 team when you add a Mike Fontenot and a Wally Pontiff into a mix of guys like Blair Barbier and Brad Cressy and myself, you know. And so hopefully it's a match made in heaven.
Russell Clark on Twitter says we want an encore.
Don't worry, there's plenty more breaks.
Michael C. on Twitter said phenomenal radio. Scott Lumine has a request for Better Man, which is actually my favorite song ever. And then Ray Finkel. The Laces were in.
Yep.
They were in! Said, I think I speak for at least 99% of the people listening when I say the old Riot Radio Hour intro has been replaced. Sorry, Ray, that can't happen.
We'd definitely get in trouble if we did that.
No, it just can't happen because Drew loves the Riot Radio intro. And I mean, he watches it 100 times a day. And if I did that, I would.
How's Drew going to feel about this?
Us singing?
He may love it.
He's probably confused. He's probably really confused.
He may love it, though.
I don't think so.
No?
And you know what? If he doesn't love it, I would tell my 6-year-old son.
Yep.
Look him right in the face.
Right in the eyes.
When he stares at me longingly and lovingly.
Yep.
Wanting to hear words like I love you or hey, buddy, let's go play. You know what I'm going to tell him?
What are you going to tell him?
Kick rocks!
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks. Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Draymond Green can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Steady getting technicals, whines and complains. He's a barely above average basketball player.
Oh, come on. He's an all-star, and they rescinded one of the technicals.
Barely
Come
above
on.
average.
That's not fair.
He gets the tech because that's what he does
That is what he
all
does.
game. He yells and screams like a dummy.
That's true.
To the point where he's yelling at his own player, and the referee gives him a tech.
For yelling at his own player.
The referee that gave Draymond Green the technical can kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
You're a pro. You're getting paid to referee the game. You're supposed to know when he's yelling and why he would be yelling, okay? You can't tee him up right there. I think it was a first-year referee. This is the first couple games that he did.
I don't know.
Welcome to the league, bro. You just made a giant mistake. They rescinded the tech, and you look like an idiot.
Idiot.
Saints can kick rocks for not drafting Devin White.
You can't draft Devin White. He was the 5th overall pick. They didn't pick 5th overall, and you're not trading up to get a linebacker. Come on. That's stupid. You can't tell them to kick rocks for not drafting Devin White. It's all these LSU people. Well, they never draft Devin White making plays. Well, you had no opportunity to draft Devin White.
You leveraged the entire organization. You traded every draft pick for the next 10 years to get Ricky Williams.
Okay.
How many playoff games did he win? You know what? Devin White just beat you.
You didn't trade every draft pick for 10 years. You traded an entire draft for Ricky Williams. That was Mike Ditka, and there was a reason Mike Ditka has not been employed in football for 2 decades.
What about Reggie Bush?
He's awesome.
You traded everybody for him,
No, you
too.
didn't. He was the 2nd pick in the draft. You didn't trade anybody for Reggie Bush.
What? Well, you know what? You can kick rocks for knowing all that stuff. Okay?
Kick rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give a couple hugs. I got 2 kick rocks. I got 2 hugs today. I'm going to give my man Drew Brees a hug.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's going to retire. I don't know. He may play another year, but let's
Come on,
just...
now, it's going to happen.
Assuming he
It's over. It's over.
Not only did he bring success to the New Orleans Saints organization on the field, which I've well documented, the playoffs every year, Super Bowl championship, knocking on the door, but what he did for the city in a time where that city needed a leader, needed somebody to come in and rally the troops and get everybody behind him. He brought the passion on the field, which in turn helped that city come out from a devastating disaster that happened. So I want to give Drew Brees a hug. I want to say thank you, Drew, for letting me enjoy the New Orleans Saints for the short period of time that you were there. I appreciate that. And I'd also like to give a hug to Hammer and Hank Aaron, the home run king for years and years and years. 25-time All-Star. You heard that correct, Brain. 25-time All-Star, World Series champion, NL MVP. But he didn't just hit. 3-time Gold Glove Award winner. 4-time NL home run leader. Braves Hall of Fame. Obviously the Hall of Fame. All-Century team. You name it. In a time where the country was experiencing a ton of changes, Hank Aaron played in both the Negro Leagues, killed it, and then came to Major League Baseball and did it there as well. One of the last guys to be able to that did that. It's still alive. Huge hug to Hank Aaron. Gentleman every time I met him. Took the time to talk baseball. Took the time to sign an autograph for me, which you showed earlier. May he rest in peace, and peace to all of his family members and friends.
Glad to have you hanging out with us here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. We shall continue. We will, in exactly 30 minutes from right now, start delving into our LSU baseball preview. Stay here, AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. Online at lainsurance.net. Better coverage for less money. Had a media compadre. I won't mention his name. He may not want me to.
Don't do it.
Texted me last night. Said, hey, Network Louisiana Insurance? I was like, no. Insurance Network of Louisiana. That's basically I just gave Bowie part of it because it's not a female. It was a he. And I said, 293-0450. Send the number. Actually, I sent him Adam Zarang's cell phone number to contact him directly. I'm a big believer because I've experienced it firsthand. Process is simple. They look at the current insurance coverage you have, and then they go shop. They shop independently, dozens of the top-rated companies in the world to see if they can get you better coverage for less money. Sometimes comes back and they go, hey, what you got now is perfect. Stick with it. But what if you're overpaying? What if you're underinsured? Let Insurance Network of Louisiana fix that for you for free. 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Happy New Year from Cordell Toyota in Opelousas. You can get into a Corolla for $239 a month with only $2,000 down, or choose from our pre-owned selection. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Cordell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
They are exactly the same.
They're identical. Actually, they're not. House 2 also has antioxidant vitamin C.
Antioxidant?
Then we'll take House 2.
Given the choice, why wouldn't you choose the one with antioxidant vitamin C? Choose Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Brain, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
I mean, didn't we agree this is going to be like an all Pearl Jam Friday? Why are we going back to the stupid, unlicensed music? I mean, give me something here.
Give the people what they want, Brain.
What are you doing? Like, we got a full-on thing here. We got tweets. We got posts. We got all this stuff. People wanting us singing Pearl Jam. Oh. See, here's the really tough part about this. My legit favorite song.
Right here.
And I don't know that we can not listen to the whole thing. I'm serious.
We're going to.
Got a lot to do, man. I mean, I still got to get through the segment. Got to talk about aesthetic.
You got to give the people what they want, though. Watching the clock, it's 4 o'clock. Crank it up, Brain. Stop. Take no more. She practices her speech as he opens the door. She rolls over, just to see her leaving so.
Do you actually know the words there?
No.
You do it.
She lies and says she's in love with him.
Can't find a better man. Can't find a better man.
Get it. Wait.
That was it.
I don't know if we're going to make it all the way through. We can bring it back around.
All right.
We'll bring it back. How about for Ask Ryan? We bring it around for Ask Ryan. Okay, how about that?
You just want to keep going.
I love that song. Like, legit my favorite song. So vaccinated healthcare workers are going to be among the 22,000 fans in attendance for Super Bowl 55.
Okay.
So first of all, the most encouraging thing, right, is 22,000 fans.
Mm-hmm.
Why are 22,000 fans going to be allowed at the Super Bowl, yet we're looking around the country right now and there's no venues with 22,000 fans?
Well, because they've all been vaccinated.
No, just 7,500 of the 22,000 are going to be healthcare workers. 14,500 will be in paid attendance, and then the 7,500 vaccinated healthcare workers.
Well, maybe the 7,500 are on top of whatever the allotted amount was going to be in that venue. Where's it being played?
In Tampa.
In Tampa.
Now, Florida has been more progressive as far as opening venues and whatnot. I wish more would be, and I kind of hope that we do get more toward that. I'm really hopeful, honestly, that as we move through winter, and whenever we get into spring and the weather starts getting warmer and we kind of get through cold and flu season, that's really my sincere hope, is that by the time we get to the summer, maybe when baseball hits summer, that we're more closer to capacity. And certainly when football starts next fall. I mean, I just don't know how long we're going to continue doing this.
I don't think you can continue to do this, but what I see happening is, obviously, as the vaccine becomes more and more readily available, with what you just read, whoever's making the rules are willing to let those people participate and those be at the venues and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now I know there's an age restriction, I guess, for the vaccine, but as that thing becomes more readily available, I think you see stuff start to open up. Whether that has a bearing on whether people get it or not, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see by football season, by July-ish, once baseball is really kicking up and, full capacity. Man,
I hope so. I mean, the vaccine's part of it. And I'll tell you the other thing that a lot of conversations that I've been having, especially this week, is technology that is advancing is going to play a big part in this as well.
As far as treatment?
I'll give you an example. So I'm going to guess you do not know what active pure technology is.
No.
Don't feel bad, because everyone I've talked to since I was made aware of this about a month ago, nobody knows what it is. So it's NASA inspired. Okay.
Okay.
So
you're doing spaceships.
So NASA, a lot of NASA scientists over the years have created a lot of scientific advancements. Like there's a NASA, a Space Technology Hall of Fame, which I've just been made aware of. And it's a lot of innovations that NASA scientists made, but they've been sort of modified for public use. For example,
Got it.
GPS. We all have GPS on our phones, right? Like we have tremendous use for GPS. That's NASA technology. LASIK surgery, cochlear implants, satellite radio, temper foam. Your foam mattresses. That was a NASA.
Can we go back to LASIK for a minute?
Yeah, LASIK was developed by NASA technology, NASA scientists.
Oh.
Yes. So anyway, my point is NASA over the years has developed a lot of great technologies.
Blake's an astronaut?
Blake
Williamson's an astronaut?
Williamson is not an astronaut.
You just said he was a NASA guy.
I'm saying this is no. That's what it was originally intended for.
Oh.
Okay, it was developed by NASA scientists, and then we found a public use for the technology, like with GPS. You got GPS on your phone. We could track things. Like that was NASA technology. So Active Pure is a NASA technology that was always used in air purifiers because the idea was to clean the space station and whatnot. And now they've started, there are independent studies done by the University of Texas and Cincinnati. They're now licensing this technology for sale. Okay. And I was made aware of this because candidly, my brother-in-law has been licensed to sell these devices, and he was explaining it all to me, and it's incredible. You can go look at it. It's called mycleanliving.net. I'm dead serious. Go look at it. And candidly, if you see the number at the top of the page, you'll get Jeff. That's my brother-in-law. mycleanliving.net. mycleanliving.net. Dude, these devices, which are the size of a small guitar amp, right? A foot high, they weigh 7 pounds. I don't know. I'm not a NASA scientist. I don't know all the technology, but something like with the ion in the air, and it kills these viruses. And they've done these FDA compliant military lab tests where they pump high concentrations of COVID, and then they turn this device on, and it kills 99.98% of COVID. Airborne and surface. And not just COVID, like flu and staph and E. coli and mold and all these things.
Game changer.
It's incredible. So, like, my thought is there's an inevitability. And so, like, by the way, I've ordered this for my house. The device can clean the air in a 3,000 square foot area.
How much did that set you back?
It's $1,500.
Shut up.
But
whoa, stop. So you're telling me
don't kill me.
I'm not. No flu, no COVID. $1,500.
And even like it's amazing. They did this test where they poured ammonia on a towel.
Okay.
Right? You know, ammonia, smelling salt, like it'll knock you on your butt.
Yep.
You smell it, knock you on your butt. They put it on this device and it purified it in minutes and to where you couldn't even smell. It's incredible. Dude, it's NASA. I mean, it's NASA technology that they're just now modifying for public use. But my point is, we're talking about how you get through COVID and how you get past all this. Well, like masks and hand washing and all that, of course, matters. But like every building where the public goes and there's high concentrations of people are ultimately going to have this. Like they even have one that's like it's a mobile one that's like the size of a cell phone. It's like $200 and it can cleanse the air in a 500 square foot area. So like I bought one of those too that I'm gonna put in my office here and take with me every day in my car, in my office, here in studio to clean out this thing. It just cleans all the air particles and surface particles. So I mean, like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going, all the things that are holding us back.
You get
well, like okay, for example, my wife works at a school, and I don't know, we're going on a super tangent here. My wife works at a school, and she says before and at the end of every single class period, they have to clean the desks. Clorox, spray, wipe. They're giving extra credit to kids for bringing in paper towels, and they're cutting paper towels into fourths because you don't have to use a full paper towel. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I mean, like a Clorox wipe is only that big. So anyway, my point is like, this device, this technology is going to replace that. And I'm not saying this is the only technology like it, but technology like this, dude, go read about it. Go to mycleanliving.net. It's incredible. mycleanliving.net. It's amazing. This technology, though, is going to become mainstream. Like, this is going to be the thing, this type of technology that gets us through it. This is a NASA-inspired technology that's being used now. It's being modified for public use.
People are using this now.
It's in the Cleveland Clinic. It's in the Louisiana State Capitol. You know who else has one? Rufino's. Rufino's has one. So if you go into Rufino's, you don't have to worry because they got one of these in there, and their air and their surfaces are purified because that thing's in it running. Now, if some jackleg with COVID walks up to you and sneezes in your face, you're in trouble. But that's where you're just super conscious about that interaction. But I mean, why
put one in the PMAC,
bro?
Right?
Every dentist office, every bank, every school, every convenience store, every grocery store. Like, I mean, it just makes too much sense. Like, this is where we're headed. You know what I mean? Like, this is how eventually we're going to get through that. And they're making it available publicly, just like all the other things we talked about, right? Like temper foam and LASIK and GPS and all the things that were NASA inspired that are now modified for public use. So, I mean, it's amazing, dude. Go check it out. I bought one for my house. Like today, I bought one today. It'll be here in like 3 days. I bought one for my house, and then I bought the mini one for my office that I'll bring in here as well.
The mini one. Could you like put it around your neck, like with a lanyard?
I don't know why you wouldn't. Yeah, you could. Put it in your pocket or something like that. Just carry it with you. You're basically just creating a buffer around you wherever you go.
That's what I'm thinking.
Huh. Anyway, mycleanliving.net. You want to go check it out. Right, but I am seriously, I hope that more and I'm not talking about, hell, I wish you would advertise with me so I could sit here and talk about it every day, and so everybody would buy these, so that way we're more rapidly moving toward getting back to normalcy. Like, I don't want fall to roll around for football season and we're still talking about 25% capacity, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I just saw the story today with the Super Bowl. They're going to have 22,000 fans, which I look at that and I go, man, that's progress, right? Because that's more fans than we've seen at any sporting event in America, at least that I know of. Right? I mean, unless maybe like Remember some of the NASCAR events, they had socially distanced fans. And when you're talking about giant outdoor events like that, there might have been that number. But certainly for football, this would have to be, unless there's something I'm missing. So it feels like this is progress toward that. And I think the vaccine and then technology like this is what's going to get us there. Nursing homes? Why wouldn't you have this in a nursing home? Why wouldn't you have this in anywhere? If you have an office,
I'm sure they do, right?
In your break room or something. Dude, I don't know anybody that knows about this. I mean, like I said, Rufino's has it, and there might be other places in town. But, it's just, I don't know, man. It's affordable. It makes too much sense. It's just so obvious that's the next wave of technology that's going to get through this along with the vaccine. But, dude, think about flu. I know we're going way on a tangent here. 60% of Americans don't get the flu shot.
Right.
How many Americans do you know that are I'm like, my dad is like, I don't know if I'll get the COVID shot. I don't think giving me COVID. I'm like, Dad, no, come on, man. Get the vaccine.
I know what happened here. They got 5 or 6 astronauts on a spaceship. Somebody farts.
So late.
Somebody rips one, and they can't stand it. People are throwing up in their mouth trying to do their space mission.
You can laugh.
But you got a giant fart, and they invented this. So the giant fart that happened on the spaceship has cured COVID. How about that?
You talk about air cleanliness. People with pets, smokers. Think about Don Juan. If you don't want everything in Don Juan to smell like a cigar all the time, put one of these in there. It'll purify your air. You don't have to worry about it, and you kill surface and air particles. Bro, I mean, you can just tell that's just next. I don't know if it'll be 12 months or 24 months or 30 or 5 years, how long it'll take.
You have to have one of these in your building.
I don't know how long it'll take for this to adapt, this technology to be adapted to where everybody has it, but everybody's going to have this eventually. Our world has been flipped on its head because of COVID, and this is a means to an end and a way out that's going to make people forget. You know how many people I'm not flying anymore?
Yeah.
Well, go get on a plane, take one of these things with you, and you're good. Oh, we got to do Ask Ryan. God, we're going to be short on time. You want to sing another Pearl Jam song?
Yep.
Me too. Which one?
I don't know. Think about it during the break.
Got to get one that's not vulgar. Unless a brain can get an edited one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me look into it. Figure it out.
You like Rearview Mirror?
Yeah, I like them all.
That's a good one too.
Let's see here.
All right, we'll think about it. We'll be back. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. You can search any home on the MLS, and you can also search homes listed by Darren and his team at Agent225.com. Go to the website. Right there at the top of the page, you'll see our listings. Tap that. You'll see every home listed by Darren and his team right there. And could be your home that we're mentioning in a live radio ad. Could be.
It might be.
Might be.
Maybe.
Agent225.com. If you need to sell your home, look, you probably know a realtor, right? You know, your Aunt Sally.
She's good.
Your brother Jim.
He does okay.
They do okay.
Yeah.
But what happens if they stink and they can't sell your house?
You got to fire them.
And how awkward is that?
Thanksgiving's tough.
Yeah. So hire the realtor that's among the top 1% of realtors in America based on the number of homes sold and let you out of the contract free and clear if at any point you're not happy. Call Darren James. Get your home sold.
Think real estate. Think Darren James.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Have you been arrested for DUI or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only, subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Back on AFR. Ask Ryan. Get your questions. Anything you'd like to ask Terry about anything. Are you ready for Ask Ryan?
Ready, let's do it.
Ask Ryan, favorite hot sauce?
What's the commercial? They say, I put that on everything. What is that one?
I don't know.
You haven't seen that commercial?
Ask
Tabasco,
Ryan.
then.
That's Frank's.
MLB pitcher you struggle with the most?
I pretty much hit everybody.
Ask Ryan, did Tampa get the biscuit this weekend?
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Ask Ryan, why wouldn't you ever let Papa T work the window of your snowball stand?
Who's Papa T?
Your grandfather.
Papa.
You never let him work the window of your snowball stand? What's up with that?
Papa. If he wanted to work, I would have let him work.
Okay. Ask Ryan.
He didn't want that.
Favorite rapper?
Oh, man. This is a tough one. I'm going to say Boosie, Wayne, CeeLo. I like Webby. He's a guy. Tupac. I like Tupac a lot.
Ask Ryan, best sports movie?
The Natural.
Major League.
I watched the hockey one the other day.
Miracle?
Yeah.
So good.
Whew.
Hour 3 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows door siding, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Brandon Holly, Relief Windows. He's a guy.
He's a guy. They do it all. Not just windows, but the doors and the siding. Doors are gorgeous. Saw the website the other day. We went and scrolled through the doors. That all kind of stuff.
Doors are made of composite, so they come finished in whatever color you want, and they will not rot. So this was really put to test in 2016 during the flood, where a lot of homes that had water, their doors didn't rot. So they were able to salvage their beautiful entry doors. So that's at Relief Windows. Of course, hardy plank or vinyl siding at Relief Windows, they do all of that. They do it better than anyone. They measure twice, install once. And maybe the best thing, Brandon Holly just demands amazing results from everyone on his staff. He will never take a dollar from you until you are thrilled with the work that they do. There's a reason they're the best. Relief Windows. ReliefWindows.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hand Injury Lawyers. Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
Let's ride.
You can't handle the Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour is presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us, AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
The Brain. And Theriot.
Showbiz!
We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock, quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. We'll preview LSU Kentucky hoops in about 15 minutes. We will talk about the NFL championship games, which will be played Sunday, unfortunately, without the New Orleans Saints. But plenty of names on the marquee with Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, and Josh Allen, sort of an up-and-comer for certain. But 4 weeks from today, we're exactly 1 month from, I guess not exactly 1 month, we're 4 weeks from the start of LSU baseball. Baseball at the Box returns 4 weeks from today for the first Friday night at the Box. So what we're going to do is, in this segment for the next 3 weeks, we're going to preview the Tigers. So today we'll do pitchers, catchers. Next Friday we'll do infielders. The following Friday we'll do outfielders. And then we'll obviously have a weekend preview for the season.
Right.
So let's start pitchers and catchers. Let's start with the pitchers because I think that's where everyone looks and says, man, you lose Cole Henry, but
yeah,
Jaden Hill, Landon Marceau, AJ Labus, Devin Fontenot, Matthew Beck. Yeah, I mean, you got everybody back, and then you got new kids in as well that you weren't expecting. Let's start with the rotation.
So Jaden Hill is probably the most interesting player from a draft prospect that'll be coming out this year. This is not only on LSU's team, but this is nationwide. You have Kumar Rocker, and you have the other kid over at Vandy that can really throw the rock, but
Leiter.
Al Leiter's
kid.
All the scouts are talking about Jaden Hill, and it's been well documented. The question is, can he maintain his top end stuff, past 2 or 3, 4, 5 innings? And if he can do that, I mean, I think you're looking at a top 3, top 5 pick. Some say maybe 1-1 if he really shows out. I know the kid has worked his tail off this offseason. His body, we came in looking great. He looks even better now. You would think he's on the football team, a big tight end when you look at him, just super athletic. But, so Jaden Hill, probably the frontline guy, but don't sleep on Landon Marceau, who had a great fall. This is a kid that's gonna pitch in the big leagues. I mean, I've always said that Landon Marceau has great command, multiple pitches, knows how to pitch. He doesn't have the velocity or the stuff that jumps off the page like Jaden does. But his pitch ability, kind of his swagger on the mound, it lends itself to a professional type pitcher.
Marceau also was a big story, right? Because coming out of Destrehan, he passed on $2 million.
$2 million, yeah, a little bit over 2. Right?
So I think that's kind of been the feeling. Like, man, it's been a slow build. I mean, he had he's had moments,
ups and downs. I mean, he had a couple games freshman year where you just blow up games where you're going, oh man, this kid doesn't have it. But then he'd bounce right back and would dominate, for a game. So maturing, I think, as a pitcher is super important. These guys are facing lineups day in and day out that they're not used to facing when you come in as a freshman, and you got to lock it in every time you take the ball, especially in the SEC. AJ Labus is another name on the mound that I think kind of gets forgotten, that can really throw the ball.
How's his health?
He's good. I mean, I think they're kind of having penciled in, to be that third guy to pitch this year, which hasn't really peaked yet. I mean, it's a lot of the health stuff. But
funny thing about Labus, not funny, but he was a guy his first year that I remember we talked so much about because he kind of took that midweek role.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what's the biggest problem guys have when they transition to this level? Ability to throw strikes consistently. Labus filled up the strike zone. Now, when he faced better hitters, they touched him up because his stuff wasn't great, but he threw strikes. So is this one of those guys where you've seen a progression in his stuff now throughout his career?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, you know, and I know AD, Alan Dunn, the pitching coach out at LSU, is big on pitching to contact. You know, he wants that contact to happen early. Don't be afraid to challenge the hitters. But in Labus's case, it's almost like, okay, get out of the zone a little bit. You know, don't miss right in the middle. And yeah, it's learning how to pitch, and it's developing the second and third pitches and being able to throw those for strikes and get swings on your secondary stuff, not just your heater. But really, man, I mean, everybody talks about the starters. I really feel like this bullpen is poised to be just a shutdown, lights out type bullpen. If these guys can stay healthy, you mentioned Matthew Beck coming back. Yeah. You've got Devin Fontenot in the back end that would have been an early draft pick, I think. I mean, you know, he's going to pitch in the big leagues. Even like Mikhail Hilliard, who has so many innings under his belt, kind of gets forgotten about, but he's pitched some pretty important innings. Aaron George is another one. You know, that these are all names that we've heard of. I know the guys are really excited about some of the newcomers. Javen Coleman, lefty, freshman this year, possible midweek guy, can run it up to 90, 92. He's probably an upper 80s type guy, but everybody's just super excited about Javen Coleman. Ty Floyd, another freshman, electric fastball. Kind of has one of those like disappearing fastballs, which everybody talks about the spin rate now, but he has that high spin rate fastball that kind of pitches in the top of the zone, gets a lot of swings and misses. And then a couple more just to kind of think about: Garrett Edwards, Will Helmers, and Blake Money, all freshmen that they're looking at to contribute on the mound.
Are there any, you mentioned some new guys, are there any guys that you think might push into the rotation?
Yeah, Javen Coleman is one that they are very excited about.
Okay.
You know, it's been a while since there's been a true dominant lefty in that rotation, and he's a guy that you know, shout out to Nolan Cain, found him at an early age, did a great job scouting this kid, got him committed early, and he's developed into exactly what they thought he would. You know, long, slender, tall, left-handed pitcher, commands the zone, upper 80s, low 90s type guy with a good feel for his secondary stuff. I mean, that wins in college baseball. And so they're excited about him. I mean, I think if he performs in the midweek and one of these guys falters a little bit on the weekends, you could see him get in there.
Catchers. It's you know, it's interesting, man, because the season got cut short last year, so you kind of having to remind yourself of where they were at the time when the season got cut short. But one of the big storylines was Alex Milazzo as a defensive catcher. I mean, 2 years ago, LSU could not stop opponents' running games. Milazzo comes in, and it was a light switch.
It's over.
I mean, he cut, I don't have the number in front of me, but I think he threw out 50% of base stealers. I mean, it was insane. He's the guy, yeah? I mean, Milazzo's the guy?
Yeah, I mean, look, would have been freshman All-American. You know, I don't know if they even did those awards, but I mean, him and the kid, I think, over at A&M was pretty good too. But he is a true shutdown catcher. He will shut the running game down from behind the plate. You remember Ryan Jorgensen years ago, who just had a cannon, a bazooka for an arm. Milazzo is very similar. His bat came along last year, swung the bat much better, I think, than they expected. This is a big strong point for LSU baseball behind the plate. He is an elite type catcher. You know, it's very rare when a position behind the plate impacts the game defensively. Generally, that's a shortstop, center fielder, you know, one of those guys. But the ones that can do it are the Hall of Fame type guys, Pudge Rodriguez and Yadier Molina and you know, Buster Posey. But he's, I'm not saying he's that guy, but defensively he is a shutdown catcher. And you know, backing him up would probably be Hayden Travinsky, who we saw a little bit last year.
Played some outfield last year too, didn't he?
He did. He's gotten a lot better behind the plate. He's a big kid, man, 6'3", big, strong kid. But look for Milazzo to get the lion's share of the playing time there with Travinsky backing him up. But honestly, I mean, behind the dish, which is something that we have talked about, Mike Papierski did a really good job shutting the running game down. This isn't taking anything away from him. But this is the first time in a long time where I've said, man, I mean, this is a kid that's going to play pro ball. For sure.
Okay. Where would you think at any point there that they would need improvement? All right, let me ask
pitchers and catchers.
Let me ask you a different question.
Okay.
Offensively, from the catchers.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just want a guy that's going to give me a professional at bat behind the plate if you're a defensive shutdown guy. Now, if you're a guy that can do both, swing the bat as well as play defense, now you're talking, like I said, the Buster Posies, the top 10 picks in the draft type kids. Travinski's a big power guy, can hit the ball a mile. I would say Milazzo's more of a up the middle, the other way contact guy. He's not the biggest kid out there on the team. And what's important for him, and full disclosure, I've been around him quite a bit, but just knowing who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, understanding who he is offensively. Eddie Smith has done a great job. Some of the reviews from the guys have just been outstanding in a sense where, Eddie takes the time to go, okay, let's talk about what you're thinking when you're at the plate. Not so much, hey, you need to change this or maybe put your hands here, whatever it may be. It's more that mental, cerebral approach to hitting, which gets lost, dude, a lot of time now, where everybody wants the quick fix and how do I change it to all of a sudden be great, where Eddie has taken kind of a different approach, getting inside these guys' heads. Never forget, Daniel Cormier told me, he said, man, I thought Eddie hated me. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, for the first 2 or 3 weeks, he just sat there and watched and didn't say a word. I said, well, that's because he's formulating his opinion. I mean, he's not going to jump in and just all of a sudden start making changes. So, getting Eddie involved with these guys, letting Milazzo know like who he is and what he needs to do offensively, I think is super important.
All right, look at pitchers and catchers for the baseball Tigers. Again, first pitch 4 weeks from today. Next week, we'll look at the infielders, then the outfielders, and then it'll be opening day out at the box. It is After Further Review, brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. Monday, we're having our open consult for the Ideal Protein Diet. We're going to do the AFR Weight Loss Challenge. If you want to join us Monday at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana on Bluebonnet, 6:30. So I'll get off air. I'll jet over there. We'll have the open consult with the Ideal Protein Specialist. I'll tell you about it. Absolutely no obligation. Just come, get some information, see if it's something that you want to do. And we'll all do it together as move through 21 and meet your weight loss goals. And, of course, if you want to look or feel your best, they got the ways to do it at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, including medical-grade vitamins and supplements. The Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online, theantiagingclinics.com. We'll continue next.
AFR.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty, and with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
We don't need to let what happened last night beat us multiple times.
Will Wade on his coach's show earlier this week, talking about the Alabama loss as the team heads to Rupp Arena. They allowed an SEC record number of made three-pointers in the game. Brutal. Tuesday was brutal to watch. You got boat raced, and Bama was just at a torrid pace from three. Shot better than 70% from three in the first half. Finished at 50% for the game. And, man, team makes 24 three-pointers on you.
What are you going to do?
I don't know what you do. So Will Wade's teams have always been bad at defending the three. That's not new, but even that was an outlier. So you go to Rupp in a really big spot, man. Kentucky's 4-9 on the season. They won their first game of the season against Morehead State, lost every other pre-conference game, won their first three conference games, including a road win at Florida. And people are like, oh, okay, they figured it out. And then they lost by 20 to Bama at home, and then lost to Auburn and Georgia, and now they're in a three-game losing streak in conference play and trying to keep their head above water because they're 3-3 in conference. So you go to Rupp against a desperate Kentucky team. Rupp's going to be empty, or mostly empty. You know what I mean? COVID's just basically negated the importance of a home crowd. So I don't know, man. I'm looking at this game and admittedly gun-shy after what I saw on Tuesday, but also realizing that's an outlier. And LSU's probably better than Kentucky. Kentucky's long and they can defend, but they just can't score.
Right.
So, I mean, this is a game in the low 60s. Yeah, Kentucky can win it, but I just don't know if LSU can push the pace and get up in the 70s or the 80s. I don't know if Kentucky can run with them.
You know, one thing that, and LSU is long as well. They're not big when it comes to in the box right around the rim. Big. There's no defensive stopper down there at the center position that's going to block a ton of shots. But when you talk about a Trenton Wofford who does bring the ball up the court,
that's still so weird to me.
Yeah. So I mean, but it gives them length when you talk about running the floor and running the court. I say this about, let's talk about the Bama game first. And you're correct. Once those shots started falling, you could almost see.
Oh, bro, it was
over. The guys didn't stop playing. They continued to play hard. There were some positives to come out of that. Now, you saw the panic button got pushed a little bit. Look, Cam Thomas has to get better. And for as good as Cam Thomas has played from a stats standpoint, if you just look at the paper, you go, man, this kid is special. He takes a lot of bad shots, Matt. and forced shots throughout the game. And I know he's got the green light and he can do whatever he wants to do, but there's a lot of forced shots. There's a lot of turnovers there. He has to improve there and realize that, like, Cam, there's good players around you. This team's at its best when Darius Days is shooting the ball from behind the arc, when Trent Wofford is able to penetrate and his mid-range game works, and then Cam Thomas is, look, he's an elite scorer. We all know that, but because of that, this defense is going to crash. They know he's shooting it.
So I'm torn, right? Because they average 85 a game, man.
Yeah.
They average 85 a game. What you're doing is working. But you can also look and say, okay, when Cam rolled his ankle against Ole Miss and you ran the offense through Watford and Smart and Days, your veteran guys, you rolled Ole Miss. You went on the road and crushed them. So part of me looks and goes, yeah, you got all those other good players that you can funnel this offense through them. But when you have an elite scorer like Cam Thomas, don't you just have to green light him and say, I understand there's going to be some bad shots and bad possessions, but then I look at the game against Georgia where his shots weren't falling. I think we had 5 points, maybe 7 points deep into the second half with about 15 minutes to go, or 7 minutes. Like, he started getting to the rim and drawing contact to get to the free throw line. He made 16 of 15 of 16 or 16 of 17 free throws. It was like he found another way to score for his team. I'll just ask you, like, when there's a guy that the way he flourishes is by being free and fluid, how do you contain that?
I mean, I'm not saying take the green light away, but you have to be smart and you have to take the shots that are open and pass the ball when they're not open. What I'm seeing is defenses going, okay, this guy has the green light, and when the ball touches his hands, he's shooting the ball. Like, he's going to create. And he's taking a shot. Now, whether that be the dribble penetration, layup where he draws the foul, which, the guy shoots free throws at a 97% clip or whatever it is. I mean, something off the charts. So, yeah, that's great. But when you have 3 defenders converging on you every time you penetrate, somebody's open, somebody's wide open. The greatest shooter on this planet, Steph Curry, tons of assists every game. Cam Thomas averages less than 1 assist a game, or like right above 1 assist a game. So I mean, you have to share the ball a little bit, and so I think what it does to the offense, Matt, is there's just not a whole lot of flow with it, and no other player can get hot because of that. I'm not saying the kid's not special; he is special, but I believe he's got some maturing to do. The Georgia game was kind of an outlier because, they were just making bad defensive plays, fouling the kid every time he touched it. Yeah, and to his credit, he was able to put it down.
There is a skill to that, though, as an offensive player.
Oh, he's great at that.
Of drawing contact and getting the whistle, and to be, as a freshman in college, to be that savvy to do it, to recognize my shots aren't falling tonight, I need to score in a different way. He did it that night. I mean, I thought that was impressive.
But when he faced elite defenders with Alabama, some guards that are going to play at the next level. I mean, you've got Alabama's team is good.
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, that's a good that group of guards. I mean, they played with 4 guards, about half the game that can defend and that know how to play the game. And I don't want to say shut him down, but for the most part, they did. They had him frustrated. Somebody was open, and so against certain teams, yeah, man, I think that does work. But when you start talking about the tournament teams that they're probably going to face and have aspirations to face, you're going to have some matchup problems there with them. I love the kid. I hope he matures and gets better in that regard. And I think the team, really, the sky's the limit for this team because they are uber talented. Trent Wofford is a special player that's going to make a ton of money and play a long time in the NBA.
LSU in Kentucky tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Where are you going to watch the game, by the way?
Probably over Pluckers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one, the Nicholson one or the Blue Bonnet
right
one?
Right there by LSU. The Nicholson.
Nicholson, yeah, the OG. Why are you going to watch it over there?
Well, they got the Hudco hat party going on.
Oh, really?
At 5 o'clock.
Is that what's going down?
Yep, the Hudco hat party tomorrow, 5 o'clock at Pluckers. Probably get there a little bit early. Got a ton of swag. We're going to give away
one of those fire shirts, by the way.
Yeah, I'll get you one of these guys. I got this one in a different color.
I need to teach you this, by the way. You could put your headphone cord behind you. Like, just go one. You can go behind, but either way. But yeah. Not around.
What do you mean?
Take your headphones off. Take your headphones off. Watch. Take your headphones off. Now go there. Yeah, there it is. And you just hit your head on the microphone. There you go. Now the cord's out of the way. See, now the cord doesn't show on camera.
Look at that. You learn something new every day, don't you?
How you like me now? Look, where's mine?
Behind you.
Over my shoulder.
Yep.
See? Anyway, so tomorrow, seriously, though, everyone's invited. Should be a lot of fun. Theriot will be there. I'll be there. Stevie Levy, the king of the wing, will be there. Our guys, Tilly and Sam with Hudco, are going to be there as well. So I know Theriot and I are partnered with Hudco Roofing at HudcoRoofing.com, and we started posting pictures of the hats and stuff on social media, and people kind of were like, I want a hat. So we're like, let's do a deal where we give away hats. So it's going to work out really well, man. So if you want to come by tomorrow, Pluckers on Nicholson.
Yep.
Tips at 5.
Free beers.
Man, get there early.
Free beers.
My guy, Stevie Levy, the king of the wing, is ponied up. Free for everyone who comes. Your first beer is on the house. So eat some wings, drink some beer, watch LSU hopefully whip Kentucky, get you some Hudco swag, get you a hat, maybe a shirt if Terry wants to.
Koozie?
You can give what? Koozies, hats,
I got
shirts?
some koozies, too.
What else you got?
I don't know if I'm going to give away the shirts.
Why not?
Because I like
What
them.
good are they doing in the box? They're doing no good in the box.
All right. I don't know if I have enough shirts. There's going to be a lot of people there.
We'll give away what you can or what you want to give away.
But I don't want to give it
We'll
to
take
somebody.
some for you and then give it to someone who's
But I don't want to give it to somebody and then somebody else not get one. Then they're pissed at me.
Right? That's their problem.
It's life, I guess.
That is life. Life's not fair.
Hudco, hat party, Pluckers.
Yeah, you'll come out tomorrow, man. It'll be a good time. Really looking forward to it. I think we're gonna have a good crowd. So, and I asked Steve, about the
free beer.
No, like about the attendance, because of course they're of course abiding by COVID capacity, so everything's spaced and socially distanced. And if we, I don't know if there's too many people if we spill into the parking lot or what we do. I don't know, but he said we got it all under control, and I believe him. So y'all come out and join us. It'll be a good time tomorrow at Pluckers for LSU in Kentucky. Do you think they win tomorrow?
Yeah, I think
they're about 1.5 dog.
Yeah. No, I think they win. I think they bounce back.
I hope so, man. And I really think, Will impressing upon the guys this week, don't let that game beat you twice. Mm-hmm. It will focus them. And I really, truly believe, road environments this year just aren't. I mean, look at what Alabama just did coming into the Maravich Center. Road in LSU with Ole Miss in one. Road environments in college basketball are so important, but this year they just aren't. You just don't have the crowd. I mean, LSU lost at Florida. I just think Florida was better that day. It wasn't anything about the crowd or being on the road. Just they lost to a better team that day. So, all right, in any event, tomorrow, LSU in Kentucky, 5 o'clock tip. You can hear that game on our sister station, Eagle 98.1. All right, we will grab a quick break when we come back. Also this weekend, Championship Sunday. You got the NFC and AFC Championship games. We'll give you some picks on that when we come back. Stick around on AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. So tomorrow, maybe if you're coming to join us or you want to watch LSU basketball at 5, you got some time earlier in the day to get by Clegg's. If you're checking off the honeydews, buy local, shop local, Clegg's Nursery. They've got Johnny Naylor seeds. They've got bedding plants, flower beds, your potters, whatever you're looking for. And if you're thinking, man, but it's winter, I'm not planting anything right now, there are plants that actually take better this time of year.
Like Christmas trees.
Trees and shrubs. Well, not Christmas trees, but those are gone. Trees and shrubs. Get by Clegg's. They have horticulturists on staff that can help you know how to decipher everything. And something I often do is I'll take a picture of my yard, like my flower beds, or so you can gauge it. Certain things need so much sunlight a day, and some are better in shade. So they can tell you all that stuff. If you're like me and you're not a green thumb, or if you are, then you know about Clegg's. But remember, they're also partnered with True Value Hardware Store. So if you're doing all your honeydews, support a great local company that supported our city for 60 years. Clegg's Nursery.
Happy New Year from Corval Toyota in Opelousas. You can get into a new Camry for $335 a month with only $2,000 down, or choose from our pre-owned selection. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Sports wouldn't be the same without the diehard fans. That's why we're highlighting the fans that do the most. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week. Check it out at 1045ESPN.com, the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Look at you, learning things, moving that wire behind you. Only took you like 7 years of radio.
Like that?
How many long? 7 8 years? 7 years, 8 years. Okay. What you got, man? Mercedes, what's going on over there?
8-time Best of the Best award winners, Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. I've told you guys that before. Customer service, culture, lasting relationships are just few of the things you can expect when shopping at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. There's 99 certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot right now. Today I want to talk about the 2017 GLS 450. It's in the rare color, which is a diamond silver. This thing is gorgeous. Sticker on it was $82,375 originally. You can go pick it up right now for $41,288 at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. It's half off. 20-inch wheels. The premium package gives keyless go, navigation, ambient lighting, Apple CarPlay, and many, many more features. The GLS 450. Go check them out, Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, or you can shop online at mbobr.com.
I wanted to talk in this segment about the conference championship games. AFC, NFC championship games.
Okay.
This weekend. But I'm really just going to get sad. I mean, I'll probably watch because it's football, and we only have 3 football games left this year. And I know some college conferences are going to do spring football, like Southern's getting prepared to play with the rest of the SWAC that's going to play. But, you know, I just, I'm super bummed, man. I wanted the Saints to be in this. I was insufferable on Sunday. It's a good thing that you weren't around me. I had to apologize to my family profusely on Monday. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Well, I mean, it's just the things we talked about, right? I mean, we knew it was the end of an era. It was Drew Brees' last shot. So few actually get the storybook ending. I wanted it for the Saints. I wanted it for this team. I wanted it for the franchise, selfishly for me, for the fan base, for all of them. And it didn't happen, man. So it's going to be really tough watching this game this weekend, especially if the Bucs manage to beat Green Bay, which I know everyone's counting Tampa out. It's Tom Brady. I mean, it's how can you count them out? You say, well, they beat them. Well, the Saints beat the Bucs twice, and they came into New Orleans and won. I know the Bucs beat Green Bay already once this year, beat them handily.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Maybe that means Green Bay what handles them this time if you flip it, or you could say, well, maybe Tampa's better than Green Bay. We were talking earlier, like, well, it's cold weather. Tom Brady played his whole career for 20 years in New England. He ain't going to be worried about cold weather or snow or any of that stuff. It just, I think Tampa's defense was pretty salty last week, and I think that, they've certainly got a shot. It's a field goal line just like a week ago with the Saints. Yeah. So, and if Tampa wins, I'm just going to be super disappointed with the what ifs. I'm going to be watching that going, God, dog it, man. 4 turnovers. So that could be you right there. Yeah. Going to the Super Bowl. So, I don't know, man. The marquee is there, right? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, got Patrick Mahomes, and then a young star in Josh Allen, who's really emerged this year. So, I don't know, man. I probably like Green Bay a little bit at home, but I'm not going to be surprised at all if and when Tampa wins. As a matter of fact, I think I like Tampa plus the 3.5. I'll probably play that and won't be surprised at all if they win outright. You're going to give me Tom Brady in a playoff game with 3 and a hook? I'll take it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Aaron Rodgers has been playing elite football. And Green Bay has been playing well as a whole, as a team. And I have a hard time betting against Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers at home in the playoffs. This is a guy that it's almost like the torch is being passed to him. To kind of be the guy. You saw it happen with Drew.
He's 37.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's 37.
Yeah, but he's 6 years younger than the other guy.
So 37 still like all the time.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, I get it, but the torch being passed. I mean, the guy won a Super Bowl 10 years ago.
Yeah, he beats Tom Brady here. No matter, never know what's going to happen next year. I mean, come on. I
don't view this as a torch passing game.
Well,
I mean, I don't know that I buy that at all. The torch, if you're talking about a torch passing, you pass it to Mahomes to be the face of the league.
Well, I think what's going to happen there is Josh Allen's going to show that he's the better quarterback in that game too. Mahomes is dealing with some injuries, but we'll get that in a second. I like Green Bay in this spot. I don't think Tampa's defense can replicate what they did last week.
In the AFC, Buffalo is not a great team. They're not. Buffalo should have lost to the Colts. I mean, Frank Reich made some boneheaded decisions. In the first half, instead of taking a field goal, he's trying for a touchdown on 4th down. And Blankenship missed a chip shot field goal. I mean, there were some really boneheaded calls by Frank Reich in that game. The Colts should have won it. And then last week against the Bills, and I like against the Ravens, I like the Ravens to win that game. Justin Tucker misses 2 field goals, and there was a 101-yard pick six.
He never misses field.
And there was a 101-yard pick six. I mean, the Ravens are going in to the end zone, and then 101 yards the other way. I mean, the Bills, good on them, right? You persevered and you found a way, but, brother, eventually that luck runs out against a better team, and that's this weekend, man. Good on them for winning, and I think Buffalo is a really good young team, and they got some core players that are going to be good for a long time. Not this weekend, dog.
I think the Chiefs are really fun to watch. You've got excitement all over the field, not only on the offensive side of the ball, which is well documented, Tyreek Hill and then Mahomes. I mean, it's a fun team to watch. Clyde, defensive side too with the Honey Badger. But Josh Allen is a different guy this year than he has been the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
He's running the ball, getting out of the pocket. He's the ball that he throws reminds me of a young Aaron Rodgers. Has serious zip to it. You got a receiver in Diggs that's playing at a high level. I'm gonna go with the Bills here, man. I'm going to Bills with the upset, shocking the world.
No. So I don't really care about any of that because the Saints are out. I'll watch because it's football. I'll watch the last 3 games, but I'll have zero emotion while I watch. I'll just watch, probably bet the games to have something to care about. What I do care about tonight is that the Mega Millions is $1 billion.
With a B.
With a B.
A Billy. The annuity on that is a Billy. The cash is like 730 something million.
739.6. Yeah. You're like, you win this, you're like Mr. Deeds.
I love that.
Without like the gross like black foot. What was wrong with his foot?
I don't know, but he stabbed it with the.
He broke the ice with it. Remember? Oh, he stabbed it with a knife.
No. He stabbed it with.
Why would you do that? I'm just messing with you, man.
It was the fire poker.
The fire poker.
Fire poker. He just stabbed him with it.
Oh, you're sick. Why would you? I'm just messing with you, man. Really good movie. Anyway, so basically, if you win the Mega Millions tonight, you're Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, right.
You win $1 billion. Are you going to buy a ticket?
I'm going to buy a ticket.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to leave. I haven't bought a lottery ticket in years and years and years until last Friday when you told me the jackpot was like $750 million. I was like, oh, wow. So I did. I went and bought one.
Where'd you get it from?
Circle K by the house. Did a quick pick.
That matters now.
What?
I think where you
Oh,
get
where
it
you
from-
get it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like it does. I feel like the more like obscure the place, the better chance you have of winning.
Okay. Well, anyway, what would you do with $1 billion if you win it? Or let's call it, okay, so 730. Let's say you take the cash payout, right? The cash option for 739. How much is Uncle Sam taking of that?
Half.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, he's taking half of that.
So you're talking about what, like 370-ish? All right, so 370 in the bank after taxes. Does that not make you want to vomit? Giving the government $370 million. Just, here you go. For nothing.
Yeah, man. I mean, look,
Anyway.
I watched it for a while.
No. Okay, so.
And I didn't know what taxes were, by the way. Like, that's how I found out what taxes were. Like, sign-in bonus. Oh, by the way.
I'm taking that.
Half of that's going, agent calls me up. Hey, I need you to write a check for X. I said, well, for what? Taxes. Huh? Yeah.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the real world.
Welcome to the show, Coach.
Riney.
All right, Rhino. So you take the cash option, you pay Uncle Sam, you're left with 370, which is still a pretty nice day.
It's decent.
Yeah, you've been broke off. So what do you do with the 370?
I am going to buy 2,000 acres somewhere close to here.
Okay.
An unconventional spot, though. Like, I'm not going to go where everybody else goes, but it'd be somewhere close to here. And I'm going to put a 10-foot fence around the whole thing, which would be a game fence. Build a show house right in the middle of the thing. Log cabin, that's what I want. I like that.
Does Jonna know this? That you want to live in a log cabin?
But it's gonna be a serious log cabin.
Okay, it's still a log cabin.
Yeah, that's what okay, log house.
A log house.
Cabin might be the wrong word. And then
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Our family's going. We're going on a Tennessee vacation this summer, and we're staying in like one of those cabins.
That's what I want.
But they're massive. You know, there 18 people are gonna be staying in it. It's giant.
Yeah. And I'm gonna raise deer, Matt. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna import, just like you would do with cows.
You want to raise them.
Yeah.
So you could shoot them.
I'm gonna grow deer. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot them too.
You're gonna raise them so you can shoot them.
And then I'm gonna eat them.
And this is what you're going to do if you were broke off with a Billy from Mega Millions.
Well, I wouldn't be a Billy. I would have 300-something million.
370.
So, let's just say I spent 10 on that. I'd probably give. I'm gonna be very generous. I'm gonna give a lot of it away.
Yeah.
So I'll tithe for sure, quite a bit. And there's some things that I would like to do from a giving standpoint, but just like the fun stuff, I always thought it'd be cool to have a helicopter. The little small.
Wouldn't have to worry about traffic.
The little small planes scare me, but
Yeah.
the helicopters, I think if you had a big gangster one, might be all right. Like a Miami Vice one, the all black ones.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man.
What did you do, man?
I can't say the next line. It's from Office Space.
I don't know
it. If you've never seen Office Space, go watch it. You know what I'm talking about. I would reverse tithe. I wouldn't give 10%. I'd keep 10% and give away 90%. I would just I think we might have talked about this last week a little bit, but every organization that has benefited my family and our journey with Drew, they would get broke off. Texas Children's Hospital, Women's Hospital, where Dr. Marshall Sandomal, who is one of my favorite people in the world, he's got his maternal fetal clinic there. All of the doctors that have helped us, nurses, they're all broke off. St. Lillian Academy, where Drew attends school right now. Abilities, great place where he gets all of his therapy. My church, Most Blessed Sacrament, where I went to school, Calachi. They will have no debt for anything if they have any now.
They don't need any money.
I don't care.
I want to know what he's going to do with
Paul?
it. Yep. I want to know what
All right,
Paul would do with $350 million.
Paul, you get broke off for a Billy. You taking the cash? Paul, you taking the cash or the annuity?
Probably straight cash.
All right. So that's $739, and that's $739.6 million. Please let me not leave out the $600K at the end of that.
It's important.
It is. You pay Uncle Sam his 50%. You put about $370 in your pocket. What you doing?
I'm with Theriot. Going to buy a big piece of land.
Yeah. Paul doesn't want to be near
Maybe
people.
an island. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Matt Island. Paul Island.
You like an island?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. What if you bought the land and then just created an island?
I'm down with that too.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
house.
Lowrider?
No.
No.
No. All right. Brain, what would you do with $1 million, Brain?
Probably similar to yours, Matt. I'd give away a hell of a lot, and then I'd travel.
Yeah, I would travel.
Like everywhere.
Would you keep working, Brain?
Honestly, I probably would.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you would. Everybody says that. Nobody does. Yeah, I'd keep working. No, you wouldn't.
I mean,
I'd be done with this show.
Yeah. Brain, you're going to be up here Monday. That 3 a.m. wake-up call Monday for Talk 107.3, that alarm clock goes off. You're sitting
For
on
a few months.
You're sitting on a cool 9 figures in your bank account. You're like, yeah, let me get up and go do Legally Serve with Franz. Yeah, that's happening, right?
Probably. Yeah.
No. Oh, you are such a liar. You are such a liar.
You would do that? No chance.
Hell no, he wouldn't do that.
You'd be on your Dr. Green's mattress just sleeping your little heart out? No
Gone.
chance, dude.
Nighty-night. Nighty-night. All right, y'all. Good luck to everybody. And let's make this deal. What?
No, just
I
not
wish
everybody.
luck.
I mean,
I wish everybody luck.
the more people that win, the more it gets split.
The world is abundant. I wish everyone luck. There is plenty enough for everybody to have what they need. We should all be generous and share.
If you win, Paul, are you going to buy a ticket, Paul? Of course you are. Brain, how many do you have?
I'm getting a ticket on the way home.
I'll have a ticket.
All right. If
Here's the
anybody
deal.
wins in here,
Everybody gets a milli.
no, it's 300. Everybody gets 10 milli in here. I'm giving you 10.
No, $1 million. Everyone in here gets a million.
That's not enough.
It is $1 million. It is enough because I'm going to break off all my family and everyone else. I just said to you, everyone in this room.
You just said you're going to give away 90% of it. Why wouldn't you just give away 30 of it to us in here?
No, because I'm going to give it to other organizations.
370
$1 million.
organization?
$1 million changes all of our
What
lives.
about Macy in Georgia and Houston?
They'll be great with it. If you win,
$5 million.
If you win, you're going to be here next Friday?
$5 million.
No. This is the deal. If anyone in here wins,
If I win, I'm giving you guys $10 million
if
each.
anyone in here wins,
That's cheap.
we give each other $1 million.
I'll go bigger than that.
Thank you. You are a cheapskate, bro. Golly.
It's AFR. We'll wrap up next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Ichiban. If you need dinner plans tonight, what you get by Ichiban. Essen near Perkins, voted by you the best sushi and the best hibachi and the best of 225 awards. You think you might want a yellowtail roll?
I like yellowtail.
What about a rock and eel roll? You know what that is?
Nope.
It's tempura eel, snow crab, avocado, crunchy batter, and smelt roe topped with eel sauce. It's
like
the
the
rock
crunchy.
and eel sauce.
I like
Yes,
the
it is.
crunchy.
It's really good. What about the salmon zest roll?
Sounds pretty good, too.
They're all really good. Find your favorite specialty roll tonight at Ichiban Essen near Perkins. A curbside to go is available as well. You can place your order online, pay for it online. When you pull up, call the number. They'll bring it out to you so you can have a contactless experience. You can take Ichiban to the house. Essen near Perkins. And remember, from our friends over at Ichiban, their newest concept is Bo-Ru Ramen in Electric Depot on Government Street, an authentic Japanese dining experience. Bo-Ru Ramen in Electric Depot on Government Street.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Theriot with Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, and you've got to come see us for the New Year's Certified Pre-Owned event. CPO vehicles come with an unlimited mileage warranty, and right now we're offering a 2-month payment credit up to $1,500, as well as 1.99% for 36 months on all eligible models. Check them out at mbobr.com or go see my guys Nick and Hess to take your new year up a gear. See dealer for complete details and exclusions. Qualified customers only. Subject to credit approval by NBFS. Must take delivery by March 1st, 2021.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Hey, by the way, so last hour I mentioned the Air Service Pro, right? The technology that is the air purifier that kills COVID. I mentioned it was like NASA-developed technology, and I mentioned a lot of the other NASA technology, like cochlear implants and temper foam, and I mentioned LASIK, remember?
Yep.
And you said Dr. Blake Williamson was an astronaut.
Yes.
No, but he was listening, and he sent, he sent an article. NASA's Webb telescope tech improves patients' vision. That was the origin of LASIK.
I got it. I gotta save Blake's number in here.
Yeah. You didn't have Dr. Blake Williamson's number saved?
I had a different number. Maybe he's got a couple numbers.
Do you see well?
Yeah.
Oh, because if you don't, you should go see him at the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020. 924-2020. Or the WilliamsonEYE.com. Live your life without contacts and glasses. How about that? Without LASIK or without NASA, does Dr. Blake Williamson have a career? Without NASA developing LASIK?
Nope.
Maybe not. What would he be doing? I'm sure he'd have a career. He just wouldn't have, LASIK. Probably still be doing RK or something like that. My dad had RK in like 93.
What is that? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know. That was the thing of the day, 30 years ago.
I don't know what that is.
But now they have like all these crazy things like lens implants. That's what my dad got. It's like a lens implant. Jimmy Ott got that. Paul Maneri got that from the Williamson Eye Center.
They put the glasses on your eye? Like a lens?
Well, I think they pull. I don't know how they do, but they implant a lens into your eye.
Yeah. Take your eyeball out?
No, they don't take your eyeball out. No, they don't do that. Don't scare people with that. Come on, it's very safe. All right. Got questions for Terry? You can do Ask Ryan.
You got an astronaut doing the surgery. You're good.
Tweet me at Matt Moscona. We're short on time. At Matt Moscona at 1045 ESPN. You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. All of our guests via the jimsfirearms.net phone lines. Got pop-up ads all over my screen. Ask Ryan, if you win, can you hot... Well, I can't answer. Come on, y'all. You can't... Come on, man. Ask Ryan, if I always have a fish on the hook around my wife, can I say it smells like fish without wrongdoing? I gotta read these first.
You gotta read those first.
I gotta read them first. I can't just...
You gotta read those first. Man.
God dog it. Now you're ruined. Like you're gonna ruin...
You're gonna ruin the whole thing. Who was that? It's pretty clever.
Doesn't matter.
That was clever. Good work.
Ask Ryan, what was your ACT score?
Ooh, I don't want to talk about
I
that.
think mine was a 23.
Mine wasn't good.
Mine was reading comprehension was like off the chart. Science and math were like 13.
I was good enough to get tops. Okay, let's just say that.
Good enough. What was it like playing for the Cardinals?
Great.
Brain, Paul, thanks so much. Shout out to Don Juan Cigar Bar. Y'all have a great weekend. Come see us tomorrow at Pluckers for the LSU Kentucky Game Watch Party. Pluckers on Nicholson. See you there.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, we remind you about Shaw Bills and ShawBillsTire.com. 18 locations in South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you at ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Remember, if you apply for the Shaw Bills credit card, you get $50 off your first purchase. So if you get like an oil change or any service that costs less than $50, like you buy windshield wipers,
right,
they're free. Well, I mean, you have to do like a $1 service charge, but other than that, it's free. ShawBillsTire.com to find the location nearest you. Newest location in Zachary is now open, but the thing that I got to stress that I always do, if it's time for new tires, go to Shaw Bills, because Shaw Bills will sell the best tires on the road, name brand tires at the cheapest price possible. That's their whole model. They're like, we will find ways to give you the best discounts, the best tires on the road at the cheapest price possible, because we know we're going to treat you so good that year after year after year, you're going to come back for all of your service. It's worked for 50 plus years. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, we keep you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
$14,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.